Chapter 71, Shock from the Kitchen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Hidden Power Tower. Chu Xinghe looked at the skills in his hand, and from time to time glanced at the various skills in the Hidden Power Tower. His heart was full of regret. You said this is a good Hidden Power Tower, why can't it be burned? Why don't you challenge it yourself? Try to test the edge of death. After thinking about it, Chu Xinghe felt that this was not a test on the edge, but a direct slip to the bottom, so the matter of burning the Hidden Power Tower can only be regretfully abandoned for the time being. The disciples of the Thunder Palace have given Chu Xinghe many gifts in the past 2 days. Some sent treasures, some sent spirit stones, some sent food and drinks, and even many senior sisters and junior sisters of the Thunder Palace came to send their love eyes. Chu Xinghe disdained this. Humph. What's there to see about a group of little girls who can't even dance the Thunder War dance of throwing thunder with bare chests? Ignoring the love eyes of the senior sisters and junior sisters of the Thunder Palace, Chu Xinghe continued to learn various skills, and at the same time studied how to run fast and far on the road of death, continued to give instructions to junior brothers and sisters. Chu Xinghe felt that this matter was not reliable at all. He seemed to have a natural invincible bonus in giving instructions. Counting carefully, the first time he gave instructions to someone was in the Lingzhong, and the result was, the second time was when he faced junior sister Wanlin, who was unlucky from the start, and he turned junior sister Wanlin into the best stick player among the young generation of female disciples of Haotian's sect. The third time was this time, he accidentally created the record of the number of disciples breaking through in a single day in the history of Haotian's sect. So he was determined not to give instructions to people again. For those junior brothers who came to him with full expectations and asked senior brother Xinghe for instructions, Chu Xinghe could only answer truthfully. Junior brother, I haven't studied the skills you are learning yet, so I dare not give you random instructions. Although the junior brothers were disappointed, the eyes they looked at him became more admiring. Who said that senior brother Xinghe gave random instructions to the people of Thunder Palace last time? Look, senior brother Xinghe is not that kind of person at all. As for the junior sisters who came to ask for advice, Chu Xinghe refused them as well. What should I teach you? Do you want to learn the Thunder War dance? If not, let's find a place to dance the Thunder War dance with bare chests together. After rejecting batches of junior brothers and sisters, the people who came to Chu Xinghe for advice finally disappeared. Chu Xinghe originally planned to fish these days. After all, running between Lingyi Palace and Sangong Tower, it's not easy to catch fish. But he just ran to Lingyi Palace and met the elder. Xinghe, are you tired of reading the skills in Sangong Tower? The sect master said that you can study there, and there is no time limit, right? You can't give up the art of alchemy. If it doesn't work, come back to Lingyi Palace. I will personally teach you the art of alchemy, and we can change our minds. Hearing the words of the elder, Chu Xinghe was almost scared to death on the spot. It is true that I went to Lingyi Palace because I was tired of studying, but I did not intend to change my mind and learn the art of alchemy. This is just like when I was in school in my previous life. The teacher said, "You are tired of Chinese, let's change our minds and learn mathematics." Is this a change of mind? Is this what I want to change my mind? Between the art of alchemy and the Hidden Power Tower, Chu Xinghe chose the Hidden Power Tower without hesitation. Is there anything more terrible than learning the art of alchemy in the world? At least I can sneak around in the Hidden Power Tower and learn the art of alchemy from the elder. It's scary to think about it, so Chu Xinghe welded himself to death in the Hidden Power Tower these days. As long as the sect master didn't tell him to get out, the elder would never teach him any alchemy. Finally, when Chu Xinghe's eyes were black, junior sister Wanlin brought great news. Brother Xinghe, the Lu family, the Wang family, and the Ouyang family have already arrived at the sect. Ah! They are here. Where are they now? Chu Xinghe's eyes were filled with tears. The sect finally had some people. The Lu family and the Wang family have now been arranged by the elders to stay in the guest building. What about the Ouyang family? Chu Xinghe looked anxious. What about the Lu family and the Wang family? Are these two families of concern to me? I only care about my lucky star, the Ouyang family. The Ouyang family has also arrived, but they didn't go to the guest building, but went to the kitchen. Chu Xinghe. Then Sister Wanlin told her what the Ouyang family had done. After the Ouyang family came to Haotian's sect to pay respects to the great elder, they were supposed to be arranged to rest in the guest building, but the Ouyang family did not go to the guest building immediately, but asked about the location of the kitchen. It was Wanlin who personally took them to the kitchen. Then Wanlin saw a scene that she would never forget in her life. That Ouyang Ling was simply a starving ghost reincarnated. The first moment she entered the kitchen, this woman directly locked onto the sect's braised pork. Wanlin watched her pick up 4 pieces of pure fat braised pork with a chopstick and stuffed them into her mouth, starting her journey of devouring the braised pork like a whirlwind. A whole pot of pure fat braised pork. Ouyang Ling finished it all in less than a quarter of an hour. The other Ouyang family disciples did not disappoint Wanlin either. They did not let go of any leftovers, steamed buns, and rice in the Lingyi Palace kitchen. Wherever the Ouyang family passed, the plates and bowls were gnawed to the point of missing corners. The most terrifying person is their patriarch Ouyang Ming. He is simply a cold-faced killer. Cold-faced killer? Chu Xinghe was shocked. Yes. The cold noodles made by the chef at noon today, and there were only 9 bowls left. Ouyang Ming ate all 9 bowls of cold noodles. Now the chefs say he is the legendary cold-faced killer. Chu Xinghe. The Ouyang family gave Wanlin a shock from the kitchen. This group of Ouyang family members, who were like reincarnated starving ghosts, swept through the kitchen of Lingyi Palace. Not only did they sweep away all the food and drinks in the kitchen, they almost even carried away the swill buckets. Fortunately, the chefs reacted quickly and stopped them. Everyone, this is swill. We don't care. You don't care, but we, the animals of Lingyi Palace, care. If you carry it away, what will the animals of Lingyi Palace eat? Wanlin finally couldn't help but speak when he saw senior brother Xinghe in front of him, who was stunned. Brother Xinghe, is the Ouyang family not very reliable? Nonsense. Is there anyone more reliable than the Ouyang family? As soon as they arrived, they solved the problem of leftovers in our Lingyi Palace. Haven't you heard of the CD operation? It's shameful to waste food. The Ouyang family has a simple and honest family style. A 1,000-year-old family has not been arrogant and extravagant because of its past glory. Instead, everyone is hardworking and do not waste a grain of food. The CD operation for every meal, isn't this enough to show that the Ouyang family is outstanding? Wanlin was stunned. Although he felt that there seemed to be something wrong with what Brother Xinghe said, he couldn't find a word to refute. Sure enough, Brother Xinghe's realm is far beyond mine. Chu Xinghe left Sister Wanlin, who was stunned, and came to the kitchen of Lingyi Palace alone. Why are there so many beggar gang disciples in the kitchen? No. Judging from the performance of the cooks who swore to defend the swill bucket to the death, they should be the legendary Ouyang family disciples. Chu Xinghe came to the kitchen and recognized Ouyang Ming and his sister at a glance without the cook's instructions. Ouyang Ming looked to be in his 20s, wearing a set of clothes that were washed so hard that he didn't know what color they were originally. Compared with the ordinary disciples of the Ouyang family who looked like the beggar gang disciples outside, he was full of nobility. Ouyang Ling, who was beside him, was wiping the broth left on the edge of the braised pork basin with a steamed bun. In the blink of an eye, 3 steamed buns had already gone into her stomach. Looking at Ouyang Ling, Chu Xinghe was surprised. Wow, this girl is only about 20 years old, but at such a young age, she already has her own airport. Such a girl with an airport is still very good looking. In the words of junior sister Wanlin, this Ouyang Ling, she has good looks, a good figure, and good brains. Anyway, she is a girl with good looks, but from the description of junior sister Wanlin, Chu Xinghe can probably judge that junior sister Wanlin is not just obsessed with looks, her requirements are quite high. Brother. I'm almost done. After eating 7 steamed buns and a pot of braised pork, Ouyang Ling panted and looked at her brother Ouyang Ming, who was eating a bowl of leftover fried rice. Well, don't stop, take all the steamed buns over there. Okay. Brother, when we leave, take the remaining cabbages over there too. It's a must. This is the Haotian sect. If the news of our cheating the Haotian sect spreads, it will be difficult for us to cheat the next family in the future. We have to store more things for the winter. The conversation between the two siblings made Chu Xinghe outside the door tearful. Listen. What a simple and reliable brother and sister. As soon as he entered the Haotian sect, he had already thought of how to cheat the Haotian sect. Just ask, where can you find such a peerless brother and sister and a peerless family? The brother and sister of Crouching Dragon and Phoenix are indeed worthy of their reputation. Pushing the door open, Chu Xinghe smiled with satisfaction at the guilty faces of the Ouyang brothers and sisters. Hello Ouyang Pixiu, I am Chu Xinghe. Ouyang brothers and sisters. Chu Xinghe. Ouyang Ming was stunned for 10 seconds when he heard this name. Although the Ouyang family has fallen into such a miserable state, Ouyang Ming is still well informed. There are not many people in the world who don't know the name Chu Xinghe. Hello, brother Xinghe, my name is not Ouyang Pixiu, my name is Ouyang Ming. Ouyang Ming's name is Pixiu. No name, just Ouyang Ming. Okay. Chu Xinghe was embarrassed. How could he remember that this guy was called Ouyang Pixiu? Did I accidentally travel through time again? Was my memory confused? Forget it, don't worry about these details. Welcome to Haotian sect. The Ouyang family is well known. I am optimistic about your Ouyang family, so I hope you will have the opportunity to stay in Haotian sect in the future. Ah. Thank you brother Xinghe for your love. Ouyang Ming was a little tearful. For many years, the Ouyang family has long been a laughing stock in the outside world. There is no such thing as being well known, but only ridicule and sarcasm. But looking at Chu Xinghe in front of him, Ouyang Ming didn't know why. He felt that Chu Xinghe was not just being polite, he really wanted to keep the Ouyang family. Is there really such a kind person in this world? $window, _tabula equals window, _tabula, _tabula. Mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula below article feed, placement, below article feed, target _type, mix. Chapter 72 Purple Matches with Junior Sister, very charming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I talked a lot with the Ouyang brothers and sisters in the kitchen. When Chu Xinghe left, the brothers and sisters were in tears. For many years, the Ouyang family has become a laughing stock, and they have become the target of bullying. Although some sects have come to the Ouyang family in recent years, but after seeing the Ouyang family's desolate appearance, there was no follow-up except for a round of ridicule. Under the leadership of him, the new generation of the head of the family, the Ouyang family is basically one step away from destruction. As a former spiritual soldier family, Ouyang Ming certainly heard about the Haotian sect's affairs. But Ouyang Ming never dreamed that the Haotian sect would let the Ouyang family come. After receiving the news, Ouyang Ming was ecstatic at first, but then lost. What is the Ouyang family now? What kind of existence is the Haotian sect? How can the Ouyang family compare with the Lu family and the Wang family? How could the Haotian sect be blind to look down on the Ouyang family? So this time when Ouyang Ming came to Haotian sect, his idea was very simple. We just went there to have a few full meals. All the people of the Ouyang family, put away your unrealistic fantasies. As long as there is one person in Haotian sect who is sane, the Ouyang family has no hope at all. When they entered Haotian sect, the eyes of the disciples of Haotian sect seemed to confirm Ouyang Ming's guess. Everyone looked at the tattered Ouyang family disciples with disgust, even though he, the head of the family, had changed into the only set of clothes that he was reluctant to wear on weekdays. But even so, those sarcastic eyes still made Ouyang Ming feel painful. The first time he entered Haotian sect, Ouyang Ming determined his goal. Stay in Haotian sect. Stop it, is my Ouyang family worthy? So all the disciples of the Ouyang family started eating. We can be driven away, but even if we leave, we must not walk standing, we must go out lying down. The disciples of the Ouyang family also followed the spirit of the patriarch, and everyone showed off. But Ouyang Ming never dreamed that Chu Xinghe would come just when he had eaten the fried rice. Who is Chu Xinghe? In Ouyang Ming's eyes, the three words Chu Xinghe were all hanging high in the air. The inheritor of the vermilion bird spirit fire, the medicine saint, the owner of the Haotian sword box, defeated the seven-color glass body Zhengyu with one sword. Some time ago, Chu Xinghe was captured by the demon shadow sect. The Haotian sect stirred up the world for Chu Xinghe alone. The demon shadow sect was forced by the Haotian sect to burn down the demon shadow city. It can be said that in Ouyang Ming's eyes, Chu Xinghe should look down on people. If he looked at him more, Chu Xinghe should come up and give him a big comparison bag and ask what qualifications he had to look at him. But just now, when he was picking up the 19th bite of fried rice, Chu Xinghe came. He was not as high and mighty as he imagined, and he did not have any intention of mocking him. His smile was so sincere, and his words. For the first time, Ouyang Ming felt that someone treated him as a person, and someone really remembered the glory of the Ouyang family. It is the most difficult to meet a soulmate in the world, and only when you are down and out will you know how precious the three words respect are. When the Ouyang family was at its peak, the world's spiritual soldiers came from Ouyang. After the Ouyang family fell into decline, the whole world laughed at them. No one even really treated the people of their Ouyang family as human beings. But today, Chu Xinghe's words made Ouyang Ming understand that the Haotian sect was definitely not inviting their Ouyang family to humiliate them. The Haotian sect really took a fancy to the Ouyang family and was willing to give the Ouyang family a chance to be on an equal footing with the Lu family and the Wang family. The man dies for his confidant. For the first time, Ouyang Ming felt that he could live uprightly like a human being. Brother Xinghe. If I, Ouyang Ming, am lucky enough to join the Haotian sect, I will definitely not let you down today. While Ouyang Ming was in tears, Chu Xinghe gathered all the cooks and the Lingyi Palace disciples wandering outside. I am very disappointed with your performance today, and the sect is very disappointed. As soon as Chu Xinghe said this, everyone was shocked. Senior brother Xinghe was always cheerful, and it was rare to see senior brother Xinghe angry, but today senior brother Xinghe seemed to be really angry. My Haotian sect is the #1 sect in the world. Today, we invited the Ouyang family to come here to get their help. The Ouyang family is the most distinguished guest of my Haotian sect. But in your eyes, I only see mockery and sarcasm. What's wrong? Can you look down on others as a disciple of the #1 sect in the world? That when Chu Xinghe said this, many junior brothers of the Lingyi Palace bowed their heads deeply. You are the pride of heaven. You are extraordinary, but you have forgotten that the Ouyang family was once the most powerful spiritual weapon family in the world, and they should be respected as they deserve. Brother Xinghe, we know we are wrong. Brother Xinghe is right, we are wrong. Brother Xinghe, don't worry, we will never make the same mistake again. The brothers who were scolded were ashamed at this moment. From the Ouyang family to the Haotian sect, they really looked down on the Ouyang family. After all, the people of the Ouyang family are like beggars, and they even want to eat the swill of livestock. What the hell is this? But after listening to Brother Xinghe's words, they realized that they were obsessed. Even if the Ouyang family is down and out, it is still a 1,000-year-old family. Our Haotian sect is the first sect in the world, and it should have the style of a great sect. If all the disciples are guys who look down on others, then is the Haotian sect still far from decline? Senior brother Xinghe is indeed an extraordinary person. He saw through the essence of the matter at a glance. The gap between everyone and senior brother Xinghe is indeed getting bigger and bigger. Chu Xinghe left, but the Ouyang brothers and sisters and the disciples of the Ouyang family in the kitchen were all stunned. Chu Xinghe's words were like a heavy hammer hitting their hearts. How many years? How many years has the Ouyang family not received such respect? Is this the legendary Haotian sect? Is this the legendary Chu Xinghe, the youngest person? There are such outstanding people in this world. In Lingyi Palace, the elder listened to the news about the kitchen sent by Feng Fei and his face couldn't help but smile like a chrysanthemum. Grand Elder, junior brother Xinghe is just like that. He can't stand others bullying the weak. I have also told everyone not to discriminate against the people of the Ouyang family. Ha 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 ha. Xinghe is right. Our Haotian sect is the #1 sect in the world. We must never lose the demeanor of a great sect. The Ouyang family is down and out today, but how could a 1,000-year-old family have no foundation? How could it allow people to laugh at it? Feng Fei nodded, and then prepared the welcoming banquet for the three families today according to the instructions of the Grand Elder. In the guest building, Ouyang Ling looked at her brother with twinkling eyes. Brother, what do you think of Chu Xinghe? You are not worthy of him, Ouyang Ling. Sister, I thought it was untrue when I heard that Chu Xinghe was outstanding in the world. Today, I know that there are such outstanding people in the world. If we can follow such a person, we will have no regrets in this life. As for those messy things you think about, it is better to stop. Brother, you will lose me, your sister, if you do this. No, you will starve to death if you leave me, Ouyang Ling. The dinner was held in Lingyi Palace, and people from various palaces also gathered in Lingyi Palace to welcome the arrival of the three families. The sect master did not come. After all, the status of the sect master is there, and welcoming the three families is not enough for the sect master to come out in person. The elder became the host of the dinner. As the people from various palaces arrived, the dinner began. Chu Xinghe sat next to the elder and saw people from the Lu family and the Wang family. Humph. Look at Lu Dezhu, the head of the Lu family. He looks rich and noble, and his name is even more unreliable. Lu Dezhu, can you keep him? If you can keep him, then ask why the sect has declined. This name is so unlucky. If you want to change your name to Lu Buzhu, we can still consider it, and this Wang Taizhan is the same. Are you and Wang Tianyao brothers who have been separated for many years? So are you going to cheat me with your brother? Don't give him any chance to cheat yourself. Not only did the heads of the Lu and Wang families come in person, but also various outstanding disciples in the family came with them. These are all bargaining chips. After all, joining the Haotian sect is definitely a great thing, and the more outstanding disciples in the family, the more bargaining chips there are. After the three families sat down, the dinner finally began. After the elder made a polite opening speech that was not very nutritious, Lu Dezhu, the head of the Lu family, was the first to stand up. Thank you for the hospitality, great elder. Today, the Lu family came here to prepare a gift for the sect. Lu Dezhu said as the disciple behind him came out holding a beautiful box made of purple lingwood. Chu Xinghe didn't even look at the box. Prepared it for the sect. What do you mean by the sect? You haven't even joined the Haotian sect yet, and you're talking about the sect? Shallow. The Lu family disciple opened the box in full view of everyone, and a ball of purple light gushed out of the box. This is a spiritual armor. This is the mountain and river cloud pattern armor made by my son Lu Qinzhao himself. It has reached the spiritual grade and is specially presented to the great elder. Lu Qinzhao turned around with a proud look on his face, and then presented it to the great elder. Huh, not bad, you can make spiritual armor at such a young age. You have a promising future, Xinghe, you take it. The great elder casually nodded at Chu Xinghe. Ah. Thank you, great elder, but this spiritual armor was given to me by my senior brothers and sisters before. I really don't need it. Why don't you give it to someone else? It's up to you. Well, junior sister Wan Lin, I remember you always like purple. Purple matches junior sister. It's very charming. You can play with this spiritual armor. Thank you, senior brother Xinghe. Wan Lin stepped out and took the spiritual armor from the confused Lu Qinzhao. Lu Qinzhao's head was full of question marks at this moment. What the hell is this? This is the spiritual armor I worked so hard to make. Spiritual armor. What a precious treasure. Have you ever considered how much damage it will cause to the heart of the creator of it? Chapter 73, One Man, One Stick. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wan Lin put away the spiritual armor, and Lu Qinzhao returned to Lu Dezhu with depression. You know, spiritual armor is more precious than spiritual weapons. After all, the materials used to make spiritual armor are more special. Lu Dezhu's so-called gift today is to show his son's strength, so that everyone can see that my son can make spiritual armor. However, Chu Xinghe's transfer made Lu Dezhu never expect it. And the reason for the transfer was that purple matches the junior sister. Which is very charming. Are you playing rhyme with me here? Ha ha ha. Brother Lu prepared a gift, and I also prepared one. Ben Chao, why don't you present the gift? Wang Tiashan's son Wang Benchao also walked out of the Wang family team. The box he held was opened in front of everyone. It was a long sword, but the long sword was flashing with a faint blue light, which meant that the sword should have been attached to the spirit, and the quality of the attached spirit was not bad. The elder smiled. then pointed at Chu Xinghe, which meant that Chu Xinghe should deal with it. I remember that senior brother Shen Chun seems to use a sword. The blue color represents melancholy, which just matches senior brother Shen Chun's temperament. Let's give it to senior brother Shen Chun. Hee, thank you for thinking of me. Shen Chun smiled and was about to take the long sword from Wang Benchao, but Wang Benchao suddenly took a step back. Grand Elder, although the quality of this sword is not too high, the spirit attached to it is the blue water spirit, which is very precious. How about I show this sword here? That when Wang Benchao said this, the face of the Grand Elder changed slightly. What the hell is showing this sword? To put it bluntly, this little bastard felt that Chu Xinghe was so casually giving away the sword with the blue color representing melancholy to express his dissatisfaction. It seems to be about testing the sword, but in fact it is equivalent to saying that Chu Xinghe has no vision and can't understand the precious spirit of this spiritual weapon, and blindly gave it away. Yes, we should try it. Let's try my mountain and river cloud pattern armor too. Lu Qinzhao also jumped out at this time. Not only Wang Benchao was unhappy, he was unhappy too. You gave away the spiritual armor I worked so hard to make just because you said that the purple color of your junior sister is very charming. Do you know how ferocious my spiritual armor is? This Chu Xinghe doesn't know the goods at all. It's good to give it a try. Although the elder was a little unhappy, he was the master after all, so he couldn't say much. Thank you, elder. Why don't you ask brother Xinghe to try it for us? Wang Benchao was determined to do it until death. At this moment, he looked directly at Chu Xinghe. As soon as he said this, even the faces of their two fathers changed. Chu Xinghe's way of giving the gift was indeed a bit casual, but the gift was given to the Haotian sect, and it was the sect's problem to whom it was given. It would be fine if Wang Benchao jumped out and said that he wanted to try the treasure, but it was a bit too much for you to ask Chu Xinghe to come out and try it. What is Chu Xinghe's identity? Wang Benchao and Lu Qinzhao couldn't understand it, but the two family heads could understand it. The great elder directly let Chu Xinghe distribute the gifts on this occasion at will. Even with such an outrageous reason, the great elder did not show any dissatisfaction. From this point alone, the two heads of the family knew that Chu Xinghe was definitely closer to the great elder than his own son. Let Chu Xinghe take action now. Are you too crazy? Just when the two heads were about to stop him, Chu Xinghe spoke up. You too, my cultivation is low, and I will not be careful when I take action. It will be bad if I destroy the treasure. Junior sister Wanlin, come and try with me. Yes, Wanlin jumped out again, looking at Wang and Lu with dissatisfaction in his eyes. Are these two bastards tired of living? They actually let senior brother Xinghe accompany them to try. Why don't you take a piss and look in the mirror? Who are you? Are you worthy of senior brother Xinghe taking action? Senior brother Xinghe can knock your dog brains out with just one move. Wanlin was furious. He walked to the center of the field, and then directly threw the very charming spiritual armor he had just obtained to Lu Qinzhao, and pointed at Wang Benchao. Don't waste time, you two come together. Lu Qinzhao put on the spiritual armor, and Wang Benchao picked up his spiritual sword. This is not good, just a try. What if we get hurt? Wang Benchao wanted to say that it would be bad if you got hurt, but before he finished speaking, Wanlin's hand flashed with light and shadow, and the next second the Panlong three-section stick with stick meaning appeared in Wanlin's hand. When the stick meaning of Jojo Gi appeared, the people of the Wang and Lu families suddenly changed their colors. Is this stick meaning? This is the strongest stick meaning of Jojo Gi. This woman actually has such a stick meaning. How old is this woman? She has already comprehended the stick meaning. Haotian sect is so powerful, that when the people of the Wang and Lu families were amazed, Wanlin had already started, waving the Rui stick method, and the Panlong three-section stick turned into a super chicken leg. The chicken leg thrust forward and blasted directly at Lu Qinzhao. Lu Qinzhao wanted to retreat, but how could he be faster than Wanlin's stick intention? The stick came out like a poisonous dragon drill. It blasted directly on Lu Qinzhao's chest. Crack! A crisp sound came, and the spirit armor suddenly lost its charm. The purple light dissipated, and the spirit armor exploded. Wan Lin ignored Lu Qinzhao, who was killed by his poisonous dragon drill, turned around and swept towards Wang Benchao. Wang Benchao raised his sword to block, but the stick in tension burst out and blasted directly on the blue sword body. Bang! That a crisp sound came, and the spirit sword broke into 3 sections and fell to the ground. Wan Lin put away the big chicken leg and looked at Wang and Lu lying on the ground with disdain. It seems that the defense of this spiritual armor is not very good, senior brother Xinghe. I don't want it. Next time, you have to find a spiritual armor that can rival the ancient Lingxi bloodline and give it to me. Senior brother Shen Chun, this spiritual sword is far worse than yours. You won't blame me for destroying it, will you? Wan Lin looked aggrieved. Shen Chun waved his hand quickly to indicate that no, but the Lu and Wang families were completely stunned. 1 person and 1 stick, the spiritual armor was broken, and the spiritual sword was broken. This girl's strength is so terrifying. When she mentioned the Lingxi bloodline just now, the Wang and Lu families remembered that Chu Xinghe killed the ancient Lingxi bloodline inheritance of Wudi City with 1 sword, which was known to everyone. What is self-humiliation? Now the 2 families really understood. Wang Benchao and Lu Qinzhao are not ordinary people. They are from the Lu and Wang families, and they are also the pride of heaven. There are not many people who can fight with them on weekdays, but in front of Wan Lin, the 2 of them, let alone fighting, don't even have the qualifications to resist. This is too outrageous. I know that the Haotian sect is terrifying, but I never expected that this generation of Haotian sect disciples would be so terrifying. Wan Lin is already so terrifying. Looking at her admiring look at Chu Xinghe, how strong must Chu Xinghe be? Unfathomable. Wang Benchao and Lu Qinzhao were lying on the ground, and their faces were numb at this time. They jumped out just now because they were dissatisfied with Chu Xinghe's random distribution of the treasures they gave them, but now, they don't have to be dissatisfied, because the gifts are gone. But the most embarrassing thing is that the best disciples of the young generation of the 2 families were humiliated in front of a little junior sister, and they brought humiliation upon themselves. Which made the 2 of them want to find a crack in the ground to crawl into right now. Wan Lin. I asked you to try the treasure, but you destroyed it. You were so rude. I will punish you to go to the Cangong Tower to study the skills and improve your control ability. Xinghe is right. Wan Lin will accept the punishment. Wan Lin went back with a smile. This is a shitty punishment. Anyway, I have to go to the Cangong Tower to study on weekdays. Okay, let's continue the banquet. The elder also said happily, also let Xinghe try the treasure. You 2 are really looking for death. You 2 should be thankful. If Xinghe's purple lightning flashed, you 2 would be turned into ashes by the wind. Wang and Lu were taken back to their family teams by their respective family members. Both of them looked like they had no desire to live, wanted to show off, but was shown off. No one paid attention to these 2 guys who humiliated themselves. The banquet continued, but everyone suddenly realized that it was not the 3 families who came today. The Wang family and the Lu family were so showy. What about the Ouyang family? At first glance, even the elder was stunned. Ouyang Ming and Ouyang Ling, brother and sister, sat at the edge of the banquet with the disciples of the Ouyang family. Everything that happened in the venue seemed to have not attracted the attention of the Ouyang family at all. At this moment, Ouyang Ming was grabbing a roast chicken and chewing it wildly, and Ouyang Ling had already eaten 2/3 of the big elbow in her hand. The Ouyang family disciples behind them were even more devouring. Brother, do you have any new dishes? If not, you can prepare some staple food. If it really doesn't work, leftovers will be fine. Where are there any leftovers? The junior brother in charge of serving the dishes burst into tears. There are still leftovers. If our kitchen staff hadn't discovered it early, the animals of our Lingyi palace would have starved tonight. The people of the Ouyang family are simply a breath of fresh air in the banquet. They don't talk, fight, or offer treasures, they just eat their fill. Other tables haven't started eating yet, and the Ouyang family is about to start the second table. After finishing their own table, several disciples of the Ouyang family who could eat even took the initiative to walk to the Lu family and the Wang family team, sat down and ate without being polite. Although the elder had heard about the Ouyang family's kitchen adventure today, he was still confused when he saw it with his own eyes. Feng Fei looked at the people of the Ouyang family and had only one thought at this time: those sects couldn't have been eaten down by the Ouyang family, right? Ahem. Master Ouyang has a good appetite, but what gift did Master Ouyang prepare today? Lu Dezhu couldn't sit still. If we want to embarrass ourselves, we have to embarrass ourselves today. My Lu family and Wang family have embarrassed ourselves, and your Ouyang family is full. Are you hinting that our two families' operations are good for eating? Yes, 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 the Ouyang family is a 1,000-year-old family, and the gift they prepared must be extraordinary. Wang Taizhan also jumped out. Master Ouyang! Master Ouyang! Wang Taizhan yelled twice, and Ouyang Ming realized that he was the one being called. Ah! Delicious, delicious, the food tastes great, great. Did I ask you if the food is good? The heads of the Wang and Lu families almost peed themselves. Wang Taizhan had no choice but to repeat it again. This time Ouyang Ming heard it clearly. Treasure. Aren't the two of us the biggest treasures of our Ouyang family? How about, give my sister to Chu Xinghe? Ouyang Ming looked at his sister beside him. Ouyang Ling seemed to have seen through her brother's thoughts, and her eyes were full of expectations. Forget it, sister, you are not worthy of brother Xinghe. Ouyang Ling. Chapter 74, Sure. Not at all. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Ouyang family is so poor that they have to eat, return treasures. At this moment, the biggest treasure of the Ouyang family is their sister, but Ouyang Ming is not shameless enough to give his sister to others. Then again, sister, you are not worthy of brother Xinghe. Facing the step-by-step pressure from the Wang and Lu families, Ouyang Ming was in trouble. In fact, the Ouyang family's gift has been delivered. Chu Xinghe suddenly spoke, and this made the whole audience stunned, including the elders. They all looked at Chu Xinghe with an incredible look. The Wang and Lu families are clearly making things difficult for the Ouyang family. After all, they just lost an adult, and now they want to see the Ouyang family laugh. Elder, the Ouyang family is a 1,000-year-old family. This time, my Haotian sect invited the Ouyang family to come with full sincerity. Is there any better gift in the world than sincerity? Chu Xinghe smiled and spoke. Hearing this, the elder laughed. Although it is clear that Chu Xinghe is deliberately helping the Ouyang family, there is nothing wrong with what he said. Sincerity is the greatest gift in the world. Unlike the Wang and Lu families, it is fine if you offer treasures. The Haotian sect does not care whether the gifts are expensive or cheap, but what do the little brats of your two families want to do by jumping out? The elder smiled, and the other people of the Haotian sect around him also laughed. Everyone knows that Chu Xinghe is helping the Ouyang family to resolve the embarrassment. Take a look. This is the character and mind of senior brother Xinghe. The Ouyang family has fallen to such a state, how could there be any gifts? In this case, is it not worthy of sympathy? Is it not worthy of pity? But you Wang and Lu families are still aggressive. It's okay for you to lose face, but you also want others to lose face. It's simply sinister. It has to be senior brother Xinghe, who is really kind and righteous. Ouyang Ming looked at Chu Xinghe with gratitude in his eyes. He certainly knew that what brother Xinghe said just now was to help him. Ouyang Ling looked at her brother with murderous intent. The people from the Wang and Lu families were about to vomit blood. Can you not be so obvious in favoring the Ouyang family? Before the three families came together, the Wang and Lu families both thought that the opportunity was on their side, and the Ouyang family was just a runner-up. Did the Haotian sect have a brain spurt to choose the Ouyang family? But now the two families suddenly felt that something was not right. What about the runner-up? Is it really okay for you to favor the Ouyang family so much? The banquet was generally pleasant, but it was a little unpleasant at the end. After the Ouyang family ate everything, they took out bags to pack up the leftovers. There was nothing wrong with the Haotian sect. You can pack it up if you want. At most, the animals in our Lingyi palace will be hungry and sleepless today, but the Wang and Lu families were furious. The Ouyang family was too much. They even wanted to pack up our leftovers. In the end, the Wang and Lu families sat down and ate them in anger. as a result, 2 Lu family disciples and 3 Wang family disciples fainted on the spot. Do you think you are from the Ouyang family? The banquet was over, and after everyone left, the elder left Chu Xinghe. Xinghe, you think highly of the Ouyang family. To be honest with the elder, yes. I will report this to the sect master, but the Ouyang family has fallen to this point, and if they want to rise. The elder didn't say anything more, only telling Chu Xinghe that the sect master would personally test the 3 families in the Haotian Hall in 3 days. If the Ouyang family wants to stand out, they can't just rely on their appetite. Following senior brother Feng back to his residence, Chu Xinghe lay on the bed and tossed and turned. In the real battle 3 days later, does the Ouyang family have a chance of winning? There is no chance of winning. Unless they compete in eating steamed buns. To compare this Ouyang family to bloodbath the Wang and Lu families, can they compare the casting and attachment of spirit weapons? Are the abilities of the Ouyang brothers and sisters really reliable? Chu Xinghe felt that this question was redundant. If their skills were a little more reliable, could he find them? Otherwise, drug the Wang and Lu families. Drug both families to death in Lingyi Palace. Not very good, the elder's alchemy skills are too strong. Lingyi Palace has nothing else but a lot of medicine, so it is sure to save people. This road is blocked. Chu Xinghe racked his brains, and at the same time he admired the elder. It is too difficult for the black hand behind the scenes to operate in secret, but it is so difficult. The elder has been operating in secret for so many years and is still as steady as an old dog. Just this point is worth learning from. There was no conversation overnight, and Chu Xinghe followed brother Feng to have breakfast early the next morning. But today's cafeteria is different. A group of brothers holding plates with confused faces told Chu Xinghe that there is no breakfast. The people of the Ouyang family came before dawn. A group of people started eating in the cafeteria first, and after finishing breakfast in the cafeteria, they blocked the kitchen to eat. 20 or so cooks were frying the stoves until sparks appeared, but they couldn't keep up with the speed of the Ouyang family eating. I heard that the pigs in the Lingyi Palace barn were crying with hunger last night. Senior brother Feng wiped his tears and went to the back kitchen to make arrangements. He would recruit cooks today, and recruit twice as many. Chu Xinghe found the cold-faced killer Ouyang Ming. Thank you brother Xinghe for yesterday. Slurp. Half a bowl of cold noodles went down his stomach. Brother Ouyang, the sect master will personally test the 3 families in 3 days. I wonder if the Ouyang family is confident. Chu Xinghe was also trying his best at this moment. Confident? Not at all, Chu Xinghe. Brother Ouyang. Can you at least pretend to be rich for me? What do you mean by your decisive answer of no confidence at all? The Ouyang family is a 1,000-year-old family, don't they have any foundation? If someone else asks, I will definitely say yes, but brother Xinghe treats me with sincerity, so I must repay him with sincerity. The Ouyang family now has no foundation, let alone foundation. They can't even match their underwear. There was a famine in the first 2 years, and the tools used to make spiritual weapons were sold. Brother Xinghe laughed at me. Chu Xinghe's eyes darkened, but then again, isn't this what I want? Let's ask if such an Ouyang family really enters the Haotian sect. Let's not talk about whether the pigs in the barn agree or not. Just ask if it is stable to give them the task of refining spiritual weapons and attaching spirits. With the Ouyang family, how can I lose? Chu Xinghe left the cafeteria. It's okay that he didn't have breakfast. The strength of the Ouyang family is really amazing, so in the end, I took on everything. 3 days passed almost in the blink of an eye. During these 3 days, Chu Xinghe's mind was full of hallucinations. Could Ouyang Ming be hiding his strength, and then pretend to be a pig to eat the tiger and kill all around? Don't bully the poor young man. Forget it. The Ouyang family is really poor. Haotian Palace, Haotian Hall, the elders of all the palaces of the Haotian sect gathered here, and the sect leader Gu Mingqiao sat in the first place. The 3 families also stepped forward to pay their respects one by one. Okay, let's not talk nonsense. You know exactly why we invited the 3 families to our Haotian sect this time. If you join our Haotian sect, the sect will definitely support you at all costs, just to create the strongest spiritual weapon family in the world. Gu Mingqiao's words made the eyes of the Wang and Lu families shine. No one would doubt Gu Mingqiao's words, and the Haotian sect definitely has this strength. As for Ouyang Ming, he was calm, very calm, and this calmness made Chu Xinghe on the side seem to see himself. Sure enough, when you don't want to win at all and have no fighting spirit at all, nothing can shake your heart. Now you three families can tell us your requirements. Gu Mingqiao waved his hand to signal the three families to speak. Master, let me speak first. My Lu family started with spiritual weapons. Although it is not very old, it has developed smoothly. If we can join the Haotian sect, we can rival the major spiritual weapon families in the world within 10 years. In terms of resources, the Lu family hopes to get at least 150,000 high-grade spiritual stones every year. Lu Dezhu secretly looked at Gu Mingqiao while speaking. When he heard 150,000, Gu Mingqiao did not fluctuate at all, indicating that Gu Mingqiao did not care about this number. It is worthy of being the Haotian sect, and its strength is really strong. 150,000 high-grade spiritual stones are enough to support the annual operation of a large sect. Master, if the Wang family joins the Haotian sect, it can be ranked in the top 10 among the spiritual weapon families in the world within 10 years, and the sect only needs to take out 130,000 high-grade spiritual stones every year. After Wang Taizhan finished speaking, Lu Dezhu glared at him. Roll. You roll for me. Wang Taizhan, this old dog, is mean. He deliberately let him say that he was waiting for him here. Gu Mingqiao still did not say anything and looked at Ouyang Ming. Master, if the Ouyang family can join the Haotian sect, we cannot guarantee the time, but we will do our best. As for the spirit stones, we need at least 1 million high-grade spirit stones every year. Good guy. As soon as Ouyang Ming said this, not only the others, but also Chu Xinghe were stunned. The first two families were arguing, and Chu Xinghe even thought that Ouyang Ming would say that as long as the Haotian sect provided food, it would be fine. Wouldn't that kill the other two families? But he never expected that Ouyang Ming would do the opposite. He didn't make any promises and asked for 1 million high-grade spirit stones. Ouyang Ming, do you know that even those large sects rarely consume so many spirit stones in a year? The elder couldn't help but speak. Replying to the great elder, the spiritual weapon inheritance of the Ouyang family has never been cheap. The Ouyang family only produces the best spiritual weapons and only makes the most perfect spiritual attachments, and good things are never cheap. Ouyang Ming said this, and everyone nodded. During the heyday of the Ouyang family, not only was their craftsmanship good, but they were also famous for their high prices. But the Ouyang family has a reason for being expensive. Among the 10 great swords of the Haotian sect, 6 were made by the ancestors of the Ouyang family. The Ouyang family has made countless peerless divine weapons, and the spiritual attachments are even more outrageous. Haotian sect is not unable to give 1 million spiritual stones, but the Ouyang family wants me to see that you are worth the price. Gu Mingqiao spoke, and at the same time looked at Ouyang Ming with expectation, but Chu Xinghe didn't expect it at all. Soon, the test began. The Lu family was the first to make a move. Lu Dezhu, the head of the Lu family, personally went into battle. He wanted to make a long sword, a top-grade spiritual weapon. It must be said that the old man Lu Dezhu is quite capable. After some operations that Chu Xinghe could not quite understand, he forged a long sword that flashed with a faint light, and the quality of this spiritual weapon even reached the best. Spiritual weapons are divided into 5 grades: ordinary, spiritual, best, holy and divine. The 10 great swords of the Haotian sect are all at the level of divine, and the Qingtian sword is beyond the level of divine. As for the Haotian sword box, it is a super grade, not in this category, and being able to forge a best so easily, if Lu Dezhu breaks through again, it is not impossible for him to occasionally forge a holy product. Then Wang Taizhan of the Wang family took action. The Wang family's forging skills are not as good as the Lu family, but the spirit-attaching skills are better than the Lu family. Wang Taizhan personally forged a spiritual weapon sword that was close to the best quality. Later, With the help of the spirit attaching technique, the spiritual weapon surpassed the grade and successfully reached the best quality. Gu Mingqiao was obviously more satisfied with Wang Taizhan, and the elders around him nodded. Finally, it was the turn of the Ouyang family. Ouyang Ming, well. Master Lu, can you lend me your tools and materials? The audience. Chapter 75 Divine Art, Cloud-Piercing Hammer. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? Master Lu, can I borrow your tools and materials? Ouyang Ming rubbed his hands with an embarrassed look on his face. Lu Dezhu was stunned after hearing this. What the hell? Lend tools and materials. It seems that your Ouyang family doesn't even have the tools and materials, right? Although Lu Dezhu has heard that the Ouyang family is in a very bad situation now, and it is said that they have to go bankrupt, but that is just hearsay. Even if he saw the Ouyang family who acted like disciples of the beggar sect this time, Lu Dezhu didn't completely believe that the Ouyang family could be so miserable. Lu Dezhu felt that maybe they were just trying to make themselves miserable. Don't you see that many girls pushed out by brothels now start talking about how difficult my family is, how miserable I was since I was a child, and how my parents were forced to sell me as a prostitute. So adults, please don't pity me, I can handle it. This is the good thing about the character of poor children, they are tough. Pa! Lu Dezhu was shocked. How could he accidentally bring up the brothel? Originally, he thought that the Ouyang family was just selling their misery to gain pity and sympathy from others, but now Lu Dezhu knows that the Ouyang family is not selling misery, but is really miserable. In the first 2 years, when Lu Dezhu heard that the Ouyang family even sold the family's forging tools, he would never believe it. That is the foundation of the Ouyang family. How could the head of the family, Ouyang Ming, not know this? Ouyang Ming knew this. The key point is that if Ouyang Ming did not sell the tools, the foundation of the Ouyang family would be retained. At that time, there would be no one in the Ouyang family who would use these foundations. If it were normal, Lu Dezhu would never lend tools and materials to Ouyang Ming, but now he was in Haotian sect. Lu Dezhu showed a generous look and nodded to the Lu family behind him. Soon, a batch of tools used for forging were handed over to the Ouyang family. Along with these tools, and a batch of materials left over by the Lu family, Chu Xinghe was so embarrassed to watch all this with his face covered. Look at the expression of the sect master. Chu Xinghe wanted to cry for the first time. Just ask how this is done behind the scenes. How to win. Just when Chu Xinghe was desperate, Ouyang Ming, with the help of many Ouyang family disciples, also began to forge spiritual weapons. I don't know if it's because the Lu family's tools are not suitable, or Ouyang Ming really hasn't used these tools for a long time. Anyway, it's stumbling to use, but after all, it's a 1,000-year-old family. Under Ouyang Ming's command, the people of the Ouyang family quickly got into the state, and the forging of spiritual weapons officially began. The ground fire was ignited, and various materials began to be removed of impurities under the catalysis of the ground fire. Ouyang Ming personally forged the prototype of the spiritual weapon, although it is not clear what Ouyang Ming is going to forge for the time being, but Ouyang Ming's focused expression is still very good. Chu Xinghe was thinking about whether to praise the Ouyang family to the sect master. But less than a second after this thought came up, there was a loud bang. In an instant, the ground fire flew everywhere. Furnace explosion. This sudden furnace explosion almost made Chu Xinghe run away on the spot. Can forging spiritual weapons fight furnace explosion? From today on, the little prince of furnace explosion belongs to you, Ouyang Ming, and I will never mention the word furnace explosion in front of you, Ouyang Ming. This is outrageous. It is normal to say that the furnace explodes when refining pills. After all, the furnace for refining pills is special, but you use the refining furnace to forge spiritual weapons. How did Ouyang Ming manage to blow up the refining furnace? The scattered flames were quickly suppressed by many elders of Haotian sect. Because the elder was relatively close, the sudden furnace explosion even collapsed on him. At this moment, the holes burned by the flames can still be seen on his purple elder robe. The Wang and Lu families also looked at the dusty Ouyang Ming with shock. As expected of the Ouyang family, which is a 1,000-year-old family, they can't learn this trick of blowing up the furnace. Ouyang Ming should have not made a spiritual weapon for too long, so it's understandable that he made some mistakes in operation. I will give you another chance from the Haotian sect. Chu Xinghe walked out of the crowd, and when he said this, the Wang and Lu families almost cried, just wash it hard, right? The Ouyang family has blown up the furnace, and you are still washing it? Give it another chance. Look at Ouyang Ming's bear, what can he do if he is given 10 more chances? Then give him another chance. Gu Mingqiao said lightly, and this made the Wang and Lu families speechless again. Thank you, Brother Xinghe. The dusty Ouyang Ming was also grateful at this moment. In fact, at the moment of the furnace explosion just now, he was even ready to be driven out directly. After all, in this level of test, if you blow up the furnace on the spot, it is no longer a question of success or failure, it is a shame to the sky, but even so, senior brother Xinghe is still willing to give himself a chance to start over. Ouyang Ming glanced at his sister beside him, and both of them burst into endless fighting spirit at the same time. Even if it's not for our Ouyang family, for Chu Xinghe, we must fight to the death today. Soon, Ouyang Ming and his sister Ouyang Ling began to enter the second forging state. Thank God there was no furnace explosion this time, but this spiritual weapon, don't say you can't even say it's the best quality, this thing doesn't seem to even reach the spiritual quality, right? Ouyang Ming also forged a sword, but the quality of this sword is at best close to the spiritual quality, and the gap with the Wang and Lu families is not a little bit, but just when Gu Mingqiao couldn't help but shake his head, Ouyang Ling took action, possessed spirit. Seeing Ouyang Ling take action, Chu Xinghe held his breath again. Could Ouyang Ling have any tricks that could change the destiny of this spiritual soldier? The results came out soon. After being possessed by Ouyang Ling, the spirit sword didn't even change at all, it was completely the same as before. Chu Xinghe was confused. If this is the case, then what is the purpose of possessing your spirit? At this moment, Chu Xinghe knew that he was finished. Even if he was eloquent today, he would never be able to change the Ouyang family's defeat under such circumstances, whether it was the quality of the spirit weapons or the level of spirit possession. The Ouyang family really couldn't compare with the Wang and Lu families, so in the end they had to shoulder everything by themselves. The great elder walked out from among the elders. He first glanced at Chu Xinghe, and then his eyes fell on the Ouyang family. After taking a look at the spiritual sword in Ouyang Ming's hand, the elder shook his head and finally looked at the Wang and Lu families. The school exam is over today. Although the Ouyang family has performed well, there is still some gap between the requirements of our Haotian sect, so I'm sorry, the Ouyang family can leave, and the Wang and Lu families will stay to be determined. When the great elder announced the result, even Chu Xinghe could only nod helplessly, but just when Chu Xinghe was about to accept this failure, a voice suddenly came from the crowd, "Great elder, please wait a moment." That the crowd parted, and Yanming walked out from among the many elders. He came to Ouyang Ming in a few steps and said, "Can you lend me this spiritual soldier?" Ouyang Ming handed the spirit weapon to Yanming, and then elder he held the spirit weapon and looked up and down. For a long time, with a hint of disbelief on his face, the heads of the Wang and Lu families were not panicked at all. After all, everyone saw the level of this spiritual soldier. In this case, they asked us how to lose. But just when the heads of the two families looked like they were sure of victory, elder he suddenly activated his spiritual power and poured it into the spiritual soldiers. In an instant, the spiritual weapon in elder he's hand burst out with a trace of light. Everyone has no idea what elder he is doing. Where is the level of this spiritual soldier? It will be useless if you pour more spiritual power into it. Everyone, please take a look. Elder he pointed to an inconspicuous position on the spiritual soldier in his hand and spoke. If I guess correctly, the crafting technique you used just now should be your Ouyang family's cloud-piercing hammer that has been lost for many years, and the trace of cloud pattern on it comes from the traces left by the cloud-piercing hammer. As soon as elder he said these words, there was an uproar on the scene. Cloud-piercing hammer. When it comes to the cloud-penetrating hammer, no one here knows about it. It is no accident that the Ouyang family, a millennium-old family, can be passed down for thousands of years. The Ouyang family's cloud-penetrating hammer technique is called the #1 magic for crafting spiritual weapons. It is a pity that the cloud-piercer hammer has been lost in the Ouyang family for many years. For countless years, the Ouyang family has never had a successor who can use the cloud-piercer hammer. but when he heard the cloud piercer, even the sect master who had closed his eyes to rest his mind suddenly opened his eyes. The next moment, he saw the sect leader stepping forward and arriving in front of Elder He. A ray of light flew out from behind Gu Mingqiao, the gorgeous sword light shines throughout the Haotian hall, that was the sect leader's Heaven Qing sword. At this moment, the Qing Tian sword came out. Everyone looked at the Qing Tian sword at close range and saw that the entire blade of the Qing Tian sword was covered with dense cloud patterns. That's right, this Sky Qing sword is the best among the many magic weapons created by the Ouyang family. The method used to create the Sky Strengthening sword is the cloud-piercing hammer technique. At this time, the Qing Tian sword approached the spiritual weapon that Ouyang Ming had not even reached the level of spiritual quality, but everyone couldn't help but take a breath of cold air. Moir. It was really a cloud pattern. Although there were only a few faint cloud patterns left on the sword at this moment, it would have been difficult to detect it if it hadn't been for the spiritual power instilled by Elder He, but the structure of the cloud pattern is exactly the same as that of Qing Tian's sword. Gu Mingqiao's eyes widened. Cloud piercer technique. This is really the cloud-penetrating hammer technique. I don't know how many years have passed, but the Ouyang family actually gave birth to a person who inherited the cloud-penetrating hammer technique. My brother has unparalleled talent in crafting. Grandpa said that he is the future of our Ouyang family, and he is also the first person in my Ouyang family in the past 200 years who can understand and use the cloud piercer technique. Ouyang Ling spoke loudly at this time. Despite her small breasts, her voice was very loud. It's a pity that my grandfather passed away early. The inheritance of the cloud piercer technique can only be passed down from my father to my brother. However, my father died unexpectedly, and my brother only got part of the cloud piercer technique. But I believe that with my brother's talent, he will be able to complete all the skills of the cloud piercer. Ouyang Ling continued to speak, but after hearing Ouyang Ling's words, the whole audience fell silent. Window, _Taboola equals window, _Taboola, push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, Taboola below article feed, placement, below article feed, target _type, mix. Chapter 76, The Sacred Heart Possessed by Spirits. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ouyang Ling's words gave a huge shock to countless people in Haotian Hall. The Ouyang family has gradually declined since the cloud piercer technique was lost 200 years ago. In the past 200 years, the Ouyang family has not been able to produce a disciple who can master the cloud piercer technique again, and just when the Ouyang family was about to completely decline, Ouyang Ming was born. He is the only eldest son of the Ouyang family who can understand the cloud-penetrating hammer technique in the past 200 years. Although no one has understood the Ouyang family's cloud piercer hammer for 200 years, all the techniques of the cloud piercer hammer have been passed down from generation to generation, and the Ouyang family dare not forget it, but something unexpected happened. Ouyang Ming had just learned the cloud-penetrating hammer from his grandfather, but his grandfather accidentally drank fake wine because he was too happy and died. Originally, this was nothing. After all, Ouyang Ming's father also knew the cloud-penetrating hammer technique. There's nothing wrong with studying with dad, but the problem is that Ouyang Ming's father, Ouyang Qing, is really unreliable. He just taught Ouyang Ming the cloud piercer technique for a while, and he died before Ouyang Ming could finish learning it completely. This is also the main reason why the Ouyang family is what it is today. It took 200 years to finally give birth to a peerless genius who could learn the inheritance of the cloud-penetrating hammer technique. There was a person, but the inheritance was gone. Everyone fell into silence at this time. Even the way the Wang and Lu families looked at Ouyang Ming changed. None of them knew what the three words cloud-piercing hammer represented. It is no exaggeration to say that once someone masters the cloud piercer appears in the Ouyang family, the Ouyang family will rise at the speed of light. The world's spiritual soldiers come from Ouyang. That is the charm of the cloud-piercing hammer. It's a pity, it's a pity. Gu Mingqiao looked like he hated iron. If Ouyang Qing, a bastard, had died a few days later, the Ouyang family would never be what it is now. With Ouyang Ming's talent, he must take off directly with the Ouyang family. But now, Ouyang Ming, who has only learned a small part of the cloud piercer, what can he do? This question is on everyone's mind at this time. although the Wang and Lu families were shocked by the sudden appearance of the cloud piercer technique, they quickly regained their composure. Although only relying on this small amount of cloud piercer hammer made Ouyang Ming look different, it was not enough. Defeat both of them, so the outcome of the Ouyang family is doomed. Chu Xinghe was anxious at the side, but it was useless to be anxious. The cloud piercer hammer is indeed powerful, but let the Haotian sect bet millions of spirit stones on Ouyang Ming to slowly comprehend the cloud piercer hammer. Chu Xinghe dared to say this, but the sect master and the great elder would never agree. But just when Chu Xinghe was thinking about how to turn the tables, elder, he looked up to the sky and laughed again. Ha 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 ha. Okay. What a cloud-piercing hammer, but, did you only see the cloud-piercing hammer? As soon as elder he said these words, everyone in the audience looked at him again. Sect master, please take a closer look at what this possessed spirit is. Everyone was stunned for a moment when elder he said these words, possessed spirit. That's right, Ouyang Ling was as fierce as a tiger in all kinds of operations just now, and the last time she saw it was 205. The possessed spirit seemed to be nothing at all, and the whereabouts of the possessed spirit could not even be found. But at this time, elder he said that the possessed spirit was possessed, so what was this possessed spirit? Suddenly, Gu Mingchao's expression changed drastically, and he snatched the spiritual sword from elder he's hand. After watching carefully for a moment, Gu Mingchao's face showed a look of disbelief. Possessed by the sacred heart. Is this possessed by the sacred heart? Possessed by the sacred heart. When hearing these 4 words, the entire Haotian hall was in an uproar. The Ouyang family has 2 major secret techniques. The cloud-penetrating hammer technique is famous and is known as the strongest secret technique of the Ouyang family, but in fact, only a few people know that in addition to the Ouyang family's cloud-penetrating hammer technique, the Ouyang family's spirit possession technique is even more terrifying to the extreme. The most terrifying one is the spirit possessed by the sacred heart. There are countless spiritual techniques in the world, some of which add various attributes to spiritual soldiers. There are those who supplement the flaws of the spirit soldiers, but among all the spirit enchantments, the Holy Heart spirit enchantment is called the King of Spirit Enchantment. The enchantment of the Sacred Heart cannot bring any changes to the spiritual weapon, and it will not even add any attributes, but it does have an incomparable ability that defies the heavens, can grow. What do these 3 words represent? Just like the sect master's sky-holding sword, it is possessed by the Holy Heart. The Qing Tian sword is just a magical weapon in the hands of others. Only in the hands of the sect leader Gu Mingchao is it the real supreme sword. This is all because of the possession of the Sacred Heart. From the moment the master obtains the spiritual weapon, the Sacred Heart attachment will allow the spiritual weapon to improve together with the master's improvement. Of course, this improvement will also change due to different qualities of spiritual weapons. It doesn't mean that just any spiritual weapon can grow into a magical weapon. However, the enchantment of the Sacred Heart can increase the spiritual weapon by up to 2 levels. In other words, if a spiritual weapon is enchanted by the Sacred Heart, it can even surpass the best and reach the holy level in the hands of its master. Ability. Of course, there is also a flaw in the possession of the Sacred Heart, that is, if the next owner gets the spirit weapon, he must start growing again, but this is scary enough. There are no spiritual soldiers in the world who can forcibly advance to 2 realms by relying on spirit possession. The Qing Tian sword is a supergrade 1, but in the hands of Gu Mingchao, it is an existence beyond supergrade 1s. This is all because of the possession of the Holy Heart. At this moment, everyone looked at Ouyang Ling. Among the brothers and sisters of the Ouyang family, one of them learned to forge and received a small part of the inheritance of the Cloud Piercer, but the other actually mastered the spirit of the Sacred Heart. At this moment, everyone was shocked, including Ouyang Ming. When did you learn the Sacred Heart attachment? Ouyang Ming was confused. Obviously, he didn't know that his sister could have the Sacred Heart attachment. Humph. When Grandpa told you about it, I was always listening beside you. You didn't listen carefully. I heard the Sacred Heart attachment and learned part of it, but I didn't learn it all, so the attachment is not stable. I couldn't do this Sacred Heart attachment before, but now I can do it once 100 times after studying it slowly. If I practice more, maybe I can do it higher. Ouyang Ling's words made the whole audience speechless again. they are indeed the brother and sister of Crouching Dragon and Phoenix, they learn the same things, and they only learn a small part. However, they are both a small part, but Ouyang Ling and Ouyang Ming are completely different. Ouyang Ming's small part, who knows when he can study the subsequent techniques of the cloud-piercing hammer, and he may never be able to do it in his lifetime, but Ouyang Ling is different, her sacred heart spirit attachment can now succeed once in 100 times. It sounds unreliable, right? After all, every time the spirit is attached, countless materials are consumed. If it fails once in 100 times, it will be a huge expense, but don't forget, this is the Haotian sect. The Haotian sect is rich and powerful. Will the Haotian sect do it if it fails once in 100 times? Not only will it will be very good. Moreover, the Ouyang family has been so miserable in recent years that Ouyang Ling has no chance to study and continue to improve. If she continues to study as she said, even if she can control the failure rate to succeed once in 50 times, it will definitely be a huge gain. Even in the peak era of the Sacred Heart Spirit attachment, succeeding once in 10 times is the ultimate, and if Ouyang Ling can succeed once in 50 times, the Haotian sect will definitely spend a huge price without hesitation and madly attach the Sacred Heart Spirit to all the magic weapons. Wang Tishan's face turned black, Lu Deju's face turned green. The black and green duo's mentality collapsed at this time. If they were not panicked at all by Ouyang Ming's cloud-piercing hammer technique, then they are panicked now. 1,000-year-old family, the foundation is indeed extraordinary. Cloud-piercing hammer technique, Sacred Heart Spirit attachment, you are the person that my Haotian sect is looking for. Gu Mingqiao spoke, and as soon as he said this, all the elders nodded silently. Wang family. Lu family. Stop it. The spirit attachment and crafting of these two families are okay, but compared with the cloud-piercing hammer and Sacred Heart Spirit attachment, are they on the same level? Although the Ouyang siblings look cute now, with the financial resources and crazy support of the Haotian sect, they don't even ask them to be able to completely achieve the peak era of the Ouyang family, so if they can achieve half of it, then who in the world can compete with them? Even if Ouyang Ming can't research the cloud-piercing hammer technique, his talent is there, and it is not impossible to surpass the Wang and Lu families in a few years. But Ouyang Ling's Sacred Heart Spirit attachment is definitely unique in the world. It is no exaggeration to say that the news of the Sacred Heart possessing spirit today will inevitably spread. If the Haotian sect dares to let the brother and sister go today, someone will definitely snatch them away tomorrow, so the Haotian sect will never let go of these two peerless geniuses. Master Wang, Master Lu, the performance of the two families is very extraordinary, but there is still some gap with the requirements of our Haotian sect. So sorry, the Wang and Lu families can leave, and the Ouyang family will stay. The elder spoke again, and the Wang and Lu families cried after hearing this. This sounds so damn familiar. It seems that the elder just said it just now, but why did the protagonist change? However, no matter how uncomfortable the Wang and Lu families are, it is useless. If it is the piercing cloud hammer method, they can still stand up and argue, but the Sacred Heart possessing spirit. How to argue? Success once in 100 times. Do you believe that the Haotian sect dares to do it if it succeeds once in 200 times? So it's not that the two families can't fight, it's really that the Crouching Dragon and Phoenix siblings have too much potential. All the skills of the Wang and Lu families can't compete with these two. The Wang and Lu families said goodbye and left. Chu Xinghe stood in the Haotian hall with a confused look on his face. What happened just now? Why did it suddenly become like this? This time the Ouyang family stayed, but the question is this Ouyang family still his lucky star Ouyang family? What the hell are you talking about with the piercing cloud hammer and the Holy Heart Spirit? Holy Heart Spirit, can't you let me worry less? Good kid, from today on, the Ouyang family will stay in my Haotian sect. You don't have to worry about the spirit stones. The Haotian sect will provide them in full. You just need to work hard. In addition, you can also raise any other requests you have. Ouyang Ming's eyes were filled with tears. I want. Ouyang Ling suddenly spoke, but before she finished speaking, her brother Ouyang Ming covered her mouth. Then Ouyang Ming whispered in his sister's ear, Sister, don't say it. You really don't deserve him. Ouyang Ling, percent, asterisk, asterisk asterisk percent asterisk. Chapter 77 I, Ouyang Pixiu, will devote myself to the sect. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Ouyang family stayed in Haotian sect, and the matter of the entrance examination in Haotian Hall spread throughout the sect in a short period of time. What the hell? The cloud-piercing hammer technique? The possession of the Sacred Heart? Is it so terrifying? I really didn't realize that these Ouyang brothers and sisters actually hide such terrifying abilities. To say that it's scary, it's Brother Xinghe who is scary. When we laughed at brother and sister Ouyang before, Brother Xinghe was the first to stand up and reprimand us. At that time, Brother Xinghe said that the Millennium family has a strong foundation. I was still a little bit dissatisfied. Now it seems that Brother Xinghe has such a sharp eye. Torch. Aren't you talking nonsense? Senior Brother Xinghe has long been famous for his sharp eyesight and discernment of people. I heard that Ouyang Ming's first build failed. It was the second chance that Senior Brother Xinghe fought so hard for. If it hadn't been for the second chance that Senior Brother Xinghe fought for, I'm afraid he would have missed out like this. Not bad, not bad. I was at the scene at the time, and I felt that Senior Brother Xinghe was deliberately favoring the Ouyang family. Now that I think about it, I am being narrow-minded. Senior Brother Xinghe is such a character and has always been extremely fair. How could he be partial, that the disciples of the Haotian sect all admire Senior Brother Xinghe for his sharp eyes and his ability to recognize people, and the news of the school entrance examination naturally spread from Haotian sect to the outside world. When they heard that the Wang and Lu families had lost to the Ouyang family, everyone's first reaction was, what the hell is this a joke? It's noisy. Although the Wang and Lu families are inferior to the top spiritual weapon family, how can they lose to the Ouyang family? Is anyone alive in the Ouyang family? Aren't their families all ready for dinner? In the first 2 years of famine, they sold all their tools, and I even bought one. Can the Ouyang family, which has no tools, defeat the Wang and Lu families? But soon the news about Ouyang brother and sister's cloud-piercing hammer technique and the spirit possession of the Sacred Heart came out. When the various sects heard the news, they were stunned. A small amount of cloud-piercer technique? Possession of the Sacred Heart? How is this possible? The Ouyang family has not produced such a talent for 200 years. 2 of them at a time are still 2 brothers and sisters. After the Ouyang family was ruined, they also joined other sections. Why didn't anyone find out? Not everyone can understand the cloud-piercer technique. I heard that Gu Mingqiao also discovered it after careful comparison. As for the Holy Heart possession, that girl has a success rate of 100%. It is really unlucky that she succeeded by chance. Yes, even if other large sects are powerful, it is difficult to give the Ouyang family so many opportunities to experiment. God's will. God's will. God is helping Haotian sect. It's not God helping Haotian sect, or Chu Xinghe. I heard that the Ouyang family exploded the first time, but Chu Xinghe insisted on giving the Ouyang family a second chance, and it was this second chance that made him see the Holy Heart possesses the spirit. In Emperor Wu City, Jingyu was stamping her feet and beating her chest when she heard the news from the people below. At this time, Jingyu was holding various news about the Ouyang family. Half a month ago, Jingyu heard about the Ouyang family and believed that it was impossible for the Ouyang family, a 1,000-year-old family, to have no background at all. He was preparing to invite the Ouyang family to come to Emperor Wu City. No matter what, he would stay with the Ouyang family first, and then wait until later. Take your time and see what happens. But just as Jingyu was getting ready to take action, he got news that the Ouyang family had gone to Haotian sect. At this time, coupled with this follow-up news, Jingyu felt really uncomfortable. Senior Brother Xinghe is indeed unfathomable. I thought I found an opportunity, but I didn't know that every move made by Senior Brother Xinghe was more than one step ahead of me. Fortunately, Senior Brother Xinghe and I are good friends. If I were an enemy of someone like Senior Brother Xinghe, his The outside world was shocked by what happened to the Ouyang brothers and sisters, and among the Haotian sect, Chu Xinghe was walking among the sect with the Ouyang family members who had changed into Haotian sect clothes. From now on, I can no longer call you Brother Xinghe, I have to call you Senior Brother Xinghe. Ouyang Ming, who was wearing a core disciple uniform, felt that for the first time. He held his head up and held his chest out. Ouyang Ling on the side also wore the same core disciple uniform, and she also felt like she was raising her head. The other Ouyang family disciples all put on ordinary Haotian sect disciple uniforms. From this moment on, they all joined the Haotian sect, but the sect leader ordered that the Ouyang family could still maintain the name of their aristocratic family, and they could still call themselves the Ouyang family to the outside world. The inheritance of a 1,000-year-old family is not easy, and the sect leader's order made the Ouyang family disciples burst into tears of gratitude. I have prepared some gifts for you today. Chu Xinghe waved his hand, and the Haotian sect disciples beside him brought some Qiankuan rings. The Qiankuan ring was opened, and countless tools for creating possessed spirits appeared in front of the Ouyang family. When they saw the thing in front of them, everyone in the Ouyang family was stunned. Every tool is engraved with the Ouyang family's mark. It was the tool they sold to survive. But today, Brother Xinghe bought all these tools for them. There are still a few pieces that have fallen into the hands of big sects or big families, but don't worry, Haotian sect will complete negotiations with them soon, and all the tools will be back. Chu Xinghe smiled. You really spent a lot of money buying these tools. The tools sold by the Ouyang family went to countless places, and in the end many of them even ended up in the hands of some big shots, but so what? The Haotian sect stands out as someone with a lot of money. As long as the money is in place, there is nothing that cannot be bought back. Chu Xinghe spent an astronomical amount just to buy back this batch of tools, but what does it matter? We are not intentionally wasting the sect's financial resources. We are completely helping the sect to win over the hearts of the Ouyang family. You didn't see the sect master and the elder nodding their heads when they heard this. Brother Xinghe. I have nothing to repay you for. These are all the past of my Ouyang family. Brother Xinghe can find them back for our Ouyang family. It really makes me. Brother Xinghe accept my respect. Ouyang Ming was really moved at this moment. These tools may be just tools in the eyes of ordinary people, but for the Ouyang family, these are treasures passed down from generation to generation, left by countless predecessors of the Ouyang family, and are also the witness of the most glorious generation of the Ouyang family. If it wasn't for survival, Ouyang Ming would never have sold them. Ouyang Ming knew that when he sold them, people said they were junk copper and iron, but if he wanted to buy them back, the price he would have to spend was almost terrifying. Ouyang Ling also had tears in her eyes. Thank you, Brother Xinghe. Ouyang Ling has nothing to repay you, so I can only repay you with my body. Then Ouyang Ling was covered by her brother's mouth. You are so beautiful. You want to marry me. Can you be a little self-aware? The people of the Ouyang family put away these tools that were extremely precious to them, and Chu Xinghe led everyone to move forward. The sect master and the great elder meant that you should build a weapon refining field belonging to you in Lingyi Palace, but I have discussed with them and decided to open up a weapon refining palace for you alone. Chu Xinghe was not going to stop until he said something shocking. As soon as he said this, Ouyang Ming was dumbfounded. A weapon refining palace belonging to the Ouyang family? There are 18 palaces in the Haotian sect. If there is one more weapon refining palace now, doesn't it mean that in the future, I will have the opportunity to be on an equal footing with the first elders of the other 18 palaces? Although the Ouyang family is very poor now, even if the weapon refining palace is established, it is just a virtual thing, but Senior Brother Xinghe is giving the Ouyang family an unlimited future and promise. Any of the 18 palaces of the Haotian sect is the top existence outside. Even in the most glorious era of the Ouyang family, it is still a world of difference compared to the 18 palaces of Haotian, and now, the Ouyang family has the opportunity to become the 19th palace of Haotian sect in the future. Before, the sect master and the great elder found Chu Xinghe, and the meaning was very simple, to let the Ouyang family be affiliated with Lingyi Palace, but Chu Xinghe was shocked when he heard this. How much money can it save to be affiliated with Lingyi Palace? How can this consume the sect? So Chu Xinghe expressed his dissatisfaction on the spot. After Chu Xinghe's explanation, the sect master and the great elder finally chose to give in and agreed to let the Ouyang family choose a mountain to build the weapon refining palace. However, if the Ouyang family wants to become the 19th palace, it really depends on strength. This news caused quite a stir in Haotian sect. The only one who dared to confront the sect master and the great elder in the entire Haotian sect was probably senior brother Xinghe, and senior brother Xinghe was really amazing to make the sect master and the great elder give in. The words of the sect master and the great elder were not a negotiation for other disciples, that is, you do whatever they ordered you to do. Ouyang Ming is no longer satisfied with the treatment of the Ouyang family. Senior brother Xinghe is righteous, I Ouyang Ming. No. I Ouyang Pixiu will do my best for the sect. From today on, my name is Pixiu. Thank you senior brother Xinghe for the name, Chu Xinghe. Ouyang Ling also looked unbelievable, and said on the side, brother, why don't you give me to Xing? Then she was covered by Ouyang Ming's mouth. The sect leader and the elder waved their hands about the affairs of the Ouyang family. Xinghe, you are fully responsible, how to build and how to allocate resources, you decide. After receiving the order, Chu Xinghe also chose their mountain for the Ouyang family. It is a small peak between Lingyi Palace and Haotian Palace. It is much smaller than the other 18 palaces, but it has a good location and extremely rich spiritual energy. As for the construction of the refining palace, Chu Xinghe really doesn't know much about architecture, so he can only let Ouyang Ming plan it. However, Chu Xinghe gave his own requirements for the planning. It must not be lower than the standard of the Medicine King Palace. We, the Haotian sect, have to maintain our reputation. If it is too small, wouldn't people outside laugh at our Haotian sect's weapon refining palace for being petty? Of course, the most important thing is that the bigger it is, the more it consumes. Chu Xinghe chose the best of all the things for the future weapon refining palace prepared for the Ouyang family. In a word, it is reasonable for a top family to have top items. In the next few days, countless materials were transported to the weapon refining palace, and countless disciples of the Haotian sect who practiced earth-based exercises once again performed a rising from the ground. An extremely huge weapon refining palace is also rising rapidly. Ouyang Ming frantically transported all kinds of top-level materials into the weapon refining palace. Ouyang Ming was dumbfounded when he saw those top-level materials that he had only heard of but never seen before. Therefore, Ouyang Ming drank 16 bowls of cold noodles for lunch, setting a new record. The chef trembled in the canteen where the cold-faced killer went. Chapter 78 The Great Elder's Request. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It is no exaggeration to describe the construction of the weapon refining palace as spending money like water. Chu Xinghe's requirements for construction are not the best but the most expensive. Wei Deqian, the president of the Daxing Chamber of Commerce, has been following Chu Xinghe like a grandson for the past 2 days. If Chu Xinghe hadn't agreed, he would have considered Chu Xinghe his grandfather. What does it mean to put money in a sack? Wei Deqian really put money in sacks every day, buying various materials and items, which are not astronomical figures. What the Ouyang family was most concerned about at first was whether there were enough cooks in the refining palace, but with the construction of the weapon refining palace, the Ouyang family disciples were really stupid. The Ouyang family is a millennium-old family. Although these family disciples were born in the family's decline, they grew up listening to their fathers talking about the family's glory, but in the most glorious era of the Ouyang family, could they have 1/10 the luxury of the weapon refining palace? If nothing else, if the braised pork tube is enough, just ask who else. Chu Xinghe came to the refining palace again today to supervise. As soon as he entered Ouyang Ming's room, he couldn't help but cover his nose. Ouyang Ming, did you steal swill again? No. Brother Xinghe, you can't spit on others. Fart, I can smell it. Come here, find the swill and throw it out. Chu Xinghe gave the order, and immediately some disciples rushed into Ouyang Ming's room. Amid Ouyang Ming's hysterical roar, the disciples found the swill bucket that Ouyang Ming had hidden in the secret room, and then took it away and returned it to the stable. Of pigs, the Ouyang brothers and sisters are good at everything, but they have had too many hard times, and this behavior of stealing swill often happens. Make a secret room in someone else's room, not just to hide the beauty, but also to put some treasures or something. What does it mean that the secret room of your Ouyang family is dedicated to hiding swill buckets? Since Ouyang's family came here, the braised pork in the cafeteria is now obviously leaner. After asking, I found out that the pigs in the barn are so hungry every day that they can't sleep at night and don't gain weight at all. It's not that the Haotian sect canteen is full of food, it's that people from the Ouyang family have this hobby. Who are you trying to explain to me? However, seeing that the doom compass was constantly improving his cultivation, Chu Xinghe decided to endure it. Ever since the Ouyang family stayed and the construction of the weapon refining palace began, the doom compass began to continuously provide him with cultivation. Although the quantity is not large, it is better than being sustainable. The Ouyang family did not disappoint themselves. From the time when the artifact refining palace was almost built and the sect's material spirit stones arrived, Ouyang Ming began to study his cloud-penetrating hammer technique. It's okay if you don't study it. Studying the weapon refining palace is like celebrating the new year. Really, the sound of the furnace exploding bids farewell to the old year, and the demise of the spiritual stone welcomes bankruptcy. Let's put it this way. Considering the Ouyang family's furnace explosion rate and the speed of consuming spiritual stones, Chu Xinghe understands why the previous sects divided their luggage, 1 million spirit stones a year. The Ouyang family is not just talking about it, they are using practical actions to tell Haotian sect that we are serious about harming the sect. Seeing the behavior of the Ouyang family, Chu Xinghe was moved to tears. Have a look. What is the Fuxing family? The Ouyang family is Chu Xinghe's greatest blessing. With the Ouyang family continuing to consume the sect, my path to becoming the martial emperor will be stable. The Ouyang family is indispensable for the future impact on the god of war. After taking Ouyang Ming around the artifact refining palace, he met Ouyang Ling and junior sister Wan Lin, who were laughing and joking. Good guy, it's only been a few days. Ouyang Ling's airport no longer looks so flat. Is it possible? Wan Lin is such a beast. But is junior sister Wan Lin's method so effective? Pooh. Is this a question of effective tactics? Junior sister Wan Lin likes to help others. Seeing the serious look on senior brother Xinghe's face, Ouyang Ling thought that senior brother Xinghe was unhappy because of her playing around with senior sister Wan Lin, so she quickly said, Senior brother Xinghe, don't worry, I have very little time to play with senior sister Wan Lin, and there is no delay. Practice. What? Didn't you delay your cultivation? Ahem. Junior sister Ouyang is joking. Your senior sister Wan Lin has extraordinary cultivation. You should study more with senior sister Wan Lin and don't be in a hurry with your cultivation. That I still want to practice. There is no door. Go, follow your senior sister Wan Lin, and contribute to your senior sister Wan Lin's plan to help others in Haotian sect. Just when Chu Xinghe was planning to continue to see if there was any other place in the refining palace where the sect could be consumed, Shen Chun came running from a distance. Junior brother Xinghe, the great elder asked you to come over. Great elder? Okay. After telling Ouyang Ming to continue working hard to explode, after practicing, Chu Xinghe followed senior brother Shen Chun to Ouyang Palace. The great elder is still staying next to the Suzaku stove, but today the great elder looks like he is not in a good mood. Disciple pays homage to the great elder. Xinghe is here, sit down. Sitting across from the great elder, Chu Xinghe soon understood why the great elder was in a bad mood. Something happened to Zhao Jidong, the old man of the Zhao family in Jiangbei. When they were young, Mr. Zhao Jidong and the great elder were teammates who worked together to fight monsters. He often heard the great elder talk about Mr. Zhao. At that time, the great elder used medicine to enter the Tao, and when his fighting power was not very strong, Mr. Zhao always took the lead in killing people. In the words of the great elder, he is a figure who can cut down from Penglai East Road to Nanchunmen with a watermelon knife, which shows his toughness. The friendship between the two is also very deep. The elder will almost always go to the Zhao family to visit Mr. Zhao every time he goes out, but something went wrong when Mr. Zhao attacked Emperor Wu a few years ago. Although the attack was successful, he almost went crazy and his body did not improve much after the breakthrough. In the past few years, I heard that the situation was getting worse and worse. and the Great Elder often arranged for people to send various elixirs to Mr. Zhao, but yesterday, the spirit bird sent a letter. Mr. Zhao didn't know what went wrong. He was bleeding from 7 holes and fell into a coma on the spot. The Zhao family immediately called for experts from all sides, but no one had a countermeasure. The Zhao family was shocked and sent the news to Haotian sect, asking for help from the Great Elder. Xinghe, please come with me. I have seen Lao Zhao's situation a few years ago. The spiritual energy in his body is chaotic. Even I can only suppress it with pills and cannot release it. This time Lao Zhao is once he was unconscious, I was afraid that he would be in trouble this time. There is no need to be sad, Great Elder. Mr. Zhao has always been stubborn, how could he not be able to survive this test? Yes, old Zhao is a tough man, he will definitely be able to survive this. You and I will go to Jiangbei this time. If there is anyone in this world who can save old Zhao, it should be you. Chu Xinghe. What the hell? Great Elder, we don't need to be so commercially flattering, and I didn't say not to go. Xinghe, you don't need to be surprised. I saw Lao Zhao's situation many years ago and I knew that if there was anyone in the world who could save him, I am afraid that only the medicine saint would be reborn. You will inherit the medicine saint's inheritance. I thought that in a few years, you will be able to save him. You have thoroughly understood everything, and you must have a way to save old Zhao, but now, your inheritance has not been fully integrated, and it may be difficult to save old Zhao. The Great Elder's eyes dimmed a little more as he spoke. Don't worry, Great Elder, Xinghe will do his best. Xinghe, there are no outsiders here. I want to ask you one thing. If old Zhao is really incurable, can you help me send old Zhao to his last journey? He will never be willing to become a monster as long as he is stubborn. I can't do anything to my best friend, so I can only ask you to help me, so that he can leave in a dignified manner. The evil fire has grown in Mr. Zhao's body. Over the years, it has reached the point where it cannot be suppressed. This time he fell into a coma. Once the evil fire completely controls Mr. Zhao, the final result will be that Mr. Zhao loses his mind and turns into a monster. How can the Great Elder bear to let it go? My best friend turned into such a monster. Chu Xinghe looked excited. My parents are the ones who gave birth to me, and they are the Great Elders who helped me. The status of this old man from the Zhao family in Jiangbei is extraordinary. The Zhao family is also a super family second only to the 3 major families. If you want to save people, I'm sorry that I just looked at the medicine saint's inheritance. Given my current situation, I'm really helpless. But if you want to say give Mr. Zhao a ride, don't worry, Great Elder, I promise to make arrangements for you. In vain, when Mr. Zhao dies, the only person who knows is the Great Elder. Please ask him to let Mr. Zhao go away in a dignified manner, but what about what the outside world doesn't know? As the inheritor of the medicine saint, you are the first to take action when you go down from the mountain to defeat such a tough person like Mr. Zhao, so you ask the people in the world what they think of the inheritance of the medicine saint of the Haotian sect. It would be a disgrace to the medicine saint inheritance if it didn't bring disrepute to the public and turn it into a laughing stock. Moreover, this old man is also a good friend of the Great Elder. Even if it was entrusted by the Great Elder himself, but he saw his good friend being clearly arranged by his direct disciple, it is not completely impossible for the Great Elder to punish himself if he cannot bear his anger, right? As long as Mr. Zhao is sent away, the reputation of the sect's medicine saint inheritance will be damaged. If he can't protect it, he will be punished a second time. Chu Xinghe burst into tears. The disciple thought hard for several days and could only waste the sect by making small fuss in the weapon refining palace. There is no way to get punished, Great Elder, you really understand me. Great Elder, you understand me so well, how could I, Chu Xinghe, not do my best? Although the medicine saint inheritance cannot yet revive Mr. Zhao, there is no problem in sending Mr. Zhao away. The Great Elder was also moved when he saw Chu Xinghe, who looked so high-spirited. Look, what a good child. He didn't flinch when he heard what he had asked him to do. He really didn't misjudge the person. Xinghe, you go back and tidy up. We will set off for Jiangbei early tomorrow morning. Yes. Chu Xinghe returned to the room without saying a word and almost couldn't help but sing "Have a Happy Life" all the way. Senior brother Xinghe is in such a good mood. Junior brother Xinghe, what wonderful thing has happened to him? Several fellow apprentices on the way saw Chu Xinghe's happy expression and spoke one after another, "Good guy." Chu Xinghe was so frightened that he quickly stopped smiling. "I was so excited that I forgot that we were there to save people. They were in danger." The elder was so sad. How could he be so happy? "Hurry up and put all the sadness on your face and cry for me." In the evening, senior brother Feng Fei came back and obviously knew about Mr. Zhao. "Junior brother Xinghe, this time you must go all out with the elder to the Zhao family. The elder does not have many friends. Mr. Zhao is someone the elder cares about. If something happens to Mr. Zhao, the elder will be hurt, but Qian you must not disappoint the great elder." Senior brother Feng's words were serious and thoughtful, and Chu Xinghe's face was full of sincerity. "Don't worry, brother Feng. Chu Xinghe, swear to God that I will never let the great elder down this time. Mr. Zhao, right? Don't worry. Although the medicine saint inheritance cannot save you, the great elder asked me to send you away if I can't do it, so I made clear arrangements for you. The king of hell wants you to die at 5 o'clock, Xinghe will arrive at 3 o'clock in advance. With me, Chu Xinghe, taking action, even the king of hell can't save you." Chapter 79. There are no good people in Tianyao Palace. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiangbei Moon Lake. The Zhao family is located on the Moon Island in the center of the Moon Lake. Although the Zhao family is not one of the 3 great families in the world, its strength is also extraordinary. Old man Zhao Jidong is a rare peerless strongman in the world. Although Old man Zhao has rarely appeared in front of the world due to health reasons in the past 2 years, his reputation has not diminished at all. At this time, Old man Zhao suddenly fell down, and the entire Zhao family can be said to be in chaos. The current head of the family, Zhao Yuanjin, is the eldest son of Old man Zhao. Zhao Yuanjin immediately found the Tianyao Palace closest to the Zhao family. Hearing that it was Old man Zhao's business, Wu Kun rushed to the Zhao family without stopping. Although Old man Zhao has had several bad situations in recent years, Wu Kun's strength is there, and he has resolved them several times, but this time, Wu Kun shook his head after watching it. "Palace Master Wu, please be sure to save the old man." Zhao Yuanjin's face turned pale with anxiety. The old man is the pillar of the entire Zhao family. If the old man really falls into a coma or even, then the Zhao family is afraid that the world will really turn upside down. Zhao Yuanjin simply can't imagine what the Zhao family will become without the old man. "Palace Master Wu, no matter what method you use, what kind of elixir you need, please tell me, my Zhao family will definitely find a way to find it." "Family Master Zhao, the old man's evil fire broke out several times before. I used the immortal guide pill to draw out some of the evil fire for him, which can be regarded as temporarily stabilized, but this time." Wu Kun sighed and continued, "This time I am also helpless." Zhao Yuanjin was stunned after hearing this. As the master of Tianyao Palace, Wu Kun entered the Tao with medicine. He is definitely one of the top few people in the world in this regard. Outsiders say that if Palace Master Wu says you are hopeless, then basically you can only go to the coffin shop to see in advance whether to choose a flip top or a sliding cover. Palace Master Wu, the old man is a martial emperor, how could it be possible? Zhao Yuanjin couldn't accept this reality. "Palace Master Zhao, the evil fire in your father's body was generated when he advanced to the martial emperor. Although he has been suppressing and releasing it for so many years, he still can't completely control it. Now." Wu Kun stopped there. "You can't tell them that your father is really in trouble this time, and the next step is that the evil fire will counterattack and turn into a little monster, right?" Zhao Yuanjin and the countless people from the Zhao family who rushed over all looked desperate when they heard Wu Kun's words. "Palace Master Wu, please think of a way again. My Zhao family is willing to pay any price." Zhao Yuanjin's eyes were red. In order to save the old man, the Zhao family could pay any price. "Palace Master Zhao, I am also an old friend of your old man. If I can save him, how can I embarrass your Zhao family? Now I am really helpless, but... Wu Kun's words made all the people in the Zhao family raise their heads again. But if there is anyone in the world who can save Mr. Zhao, then that person must be in Haotian's sect. That when Wu Kun finished speaking, the people of the Zhao family were overjoyed. Palace Master Wu is talking about the Great Elder, right? I will send someone to send a message to Haotian's sect immediately. The old man and the Great Elder are close friends, and the Great Elder will definitely come to rescue. Zhao Yuanjun was about to deliver the message, but was stopped by Wu Kun. Master Zhao, I'm not talking about the Great Elder. The Great Elder's ability is indeed better than mine, but the Great Elder has come before, and we have communicated privately, and the Great Elder has no way to help. Now that the old man is in this situation, the Great Elder should be helpless. No. Not the Great Elder, at this time, not only Zhao Yuanjun, but the entire Zhao family was stunned. When it comes to medicine, the Great Elder of Haotian's sect is almost ranked first, although Wu Kun had fought with the Great Elder for many years, and the Great Elder was stronger than him. Wu Kun felt that the Great Elder did not have the ability to save Mr. Zhao. Zhao Yuanjun looked at Wu Kun with a question mark on his forehead. Is there anyone stronger than the Great Elder in the Haotian sect? Master Zhao, if there is still one person in the world who can save your father, it can only be Chu Xinghe. Chu Xinghe. Hearing this name, the Zhao family was stunned for a full 5 seconds. It is impossible that everyone has not heard of the name Chu Xinghe recently. After all, Chu Xinghe's deeds are really too amazing. But how old is Chu Xinghe? His ability is better than the Great Elder. Are you talking nonsense to me? But Zhao Yuanjun soon thought of it. The inheritance of the medicine saint. Is the inheritance of the medicine saint mentioned by Palace Master Wu? Zhao Yuanjun's words awakened everyone present. These days, everyone only remembered the commotion caused by Chu Xinghe, and many people even forgot it. Chu Xinghe was originally considered to have entered the Tao by refining medicine. He possesses the vermilion bird spirit fire and has inherited the legacy of medicine saint Lu Changfeng. Although Chu Xinghe is not very old, the legacy of medicine saint is really terrifying. There was a saying in the world back then, if the king of hell wants you to die at 3 o'clock, medicine saint can keep you until 5 o'clock. Medicine saint is a legend of his generation, and his methods have reached the level of being able to change fate. There are only people in this world that medicine saint is unwilling to save, but there are no people that medicine saint cannot save. The fact that Haotian's sect can be so glorious today can be attributed to medicine saint Lu Changfeng. One person's power suppressed the world's medicine. And Lu Changfeng was the only true god in the medicine world at that time. That was an era when no one dared to even think about surpassing Lu Changfeng. Being able to follow in Lu Changfeng's footsteps was the lifelong dream of countless top medicine masters in the world. Some people say that after Lu Changfeng, the world's medicine declined for 400 years. Just a while ago, the news that Chu Xinghe had inherited the medicine saint's legacy shook the world of medicine. When Wu Kun mentioned this, the Zhao family members really realized that although the Great Elder was powerful, there was a limit to the Great Elder's legacy. But Chu Xinghe was different. Chu Xinghe's limit was Lu Changfeng's legacy. Quick! Prepare the spirit bird to send to Haotian's sect immediately and ask the Great Elder and Chu Xinghe to come and treat him. Zhao Yuanjun didn't care about anything else at this time. The old man was on the verge of death. Now that Wu Kun said that Chu Xinghe was the only one who could possibly treat the old man, how could he dare to stay for a moment? Wu Kun looked at the excited Zhao Yuanjun and hesitated to speak. Although the medicine saint's legacy was against the sky, Wu Kun knew that Chu Xinghe had inherited the medicine saint's legacy too short a time and must not have had time to fully comprehend it, so Chu Xinghe might not necessarily have a way. Haotian sect, Chu Xinghe had prepared everything. Arriving at Medicine King Palace, the Great Elder had already packed up. Now the Great Elder personally prepared the teleportation array and took Chu Xinghe to the Zhao family. All the disciples of Lingyi Palace came to see him off. The Great Elder said nothing more. He nodded and waved his hand to start the teleportation array. A flash of light passed by, and Chu Xinghe felt a flash in front of his eyes. The surroundings had turned into a lake. Fortunately, he was wrapped in the Great Elder's aura and flew in the sky, otherwise he would definitely fall into the lake at this moment. The Great Elder may not have used the teleportation array for too long. It is reasonable that there are some problems with the landing point occasionally. Pa! The Great Elder slapped Chu Xinghe on the back of his head. Nonsense, how could I make such a mistake? This is the Moon Lake, and the Zhao family is on the Moon Island in the center of the lake. After the Great Elder finished speaking, the aura wrapped Chu Xinghe in the air. Chu Xinghe was fortunate to experience what it means to break through the void. My goodness, every time the Elder took a step, the world in front of him seemed to be shattered. This was not flying, this was simply traveling through time. In a few breaths, the broken world around him returned to its original state, and in front of him, Chu Xinghe finally saw the Moon Island where the Zhao family was located. The disciples at the door of the Zhao family saw the Elder coming from the broken void and immediately reported. A moment later, all the direct relatives of the Zhao family rushed out of the Zhao family's mansion that was like a garden. My nephew Zhao Yuanjun, I pay my respects to the Elder. Zhao Yuanjun led the entire Zhao family to bow and salute. This was not an ordinary junior etiquette, but a disciple etiquette. Seeing this, Chu Xinghe couldn't help but sigh. Good friends are indeed good friends. This must be a friendship of wearing the same pants, otherwise the Zhao family disciples would never use such etiquette. With Chu Xinghe, he fell from the sky. As soon as the Elder landed, Zhao Yuanjun rushed up with a wow. Grand Elder, please save my father. Why are you crying? Old Zhao is not dead yet. You are so depressed. That the Grand Elder was furious, and the Zhao family members quickly stopped crying. Xinghe, come and meet your senior brother Zhao. The Grand Elder waved his hand. Given his relationship with Zhao Jidong, it was okay for his disciples to call each other brothers. Xinghe greets senior brother Zhao. Oh, it's junior brother Xinghe. Yuanjun is polite. Then, the Grand Elder and Chu Xinghe entered the Zhao family under the leadership of Zhao Yuanjun. Grand Elder, I miss you so much after not seeing you for so many days. Wu Kun was also at the Zhao family at this time. Palace Master Wu, how are you? Luo Inger greets senior brother Xinghe. A crisp voice came from behind Wu Kun. Oh my! Little squirrel. Chu Xinghe was furious when he saw the little squirrel jumping out from behind Wu Kun. What bad luck. It's this little squirrel again. Last time, you made a mess of yourself in Haotian sect. You ran fast, otherwise, I must send you to junior sister Wanlin's room and let junior sister Wanlin teach you how to practice. Why did this little squirrel appear here again today, and what does it mean that you look at me with bright eyes? Are you going to trick me again? Ahem. A cough came from the little squirrel who looked at Chu Xinghe with bright eyes. This is a young man who looks a bit handsome, but not too handsome. Chen Xuewang has long heard that junior brother Xinghe is extraordinary. Today, I see that he is indeed extraordinary. Chen Xuewang walked a few steps to Chu Xinghe and said with a smile. But after saying this, Chen Xuewang said in a bass voice that only Chu Xinghe could hear, don't think about my junior sister, you are not worthy of her. Chu Xinghe. What is this Maoxuang? Are you jealous Maoxuang? Still thinking about your junior sister? Are you blind? It's obvious that your junior sister wants to think about me, okay? This little squirrel is very bad. There are no good people in Tianyao Palace. Brother Xinghe, I missed you so much when we last met. I see you again today. Inger wants to ask brother Xinghe for advice. Don't. I feel unlucky when I see you. If you really want to ask for advice, go to junior sister Wanlin. I heard that junior sister Wanlin has reached the 5th level of practice and is better without a stick than with one. Ahem. Hello, junior sister Luo Inger, there is a chance. Chen Xuewang was jealous. Without much greeting, everyone came to the old man's room in the backyard of the Zhao family under the leadership of Zhao Yuanjun. The elder personally came forward to check on the old man's condition, but from the elder's wrinkled face like a chrysanthemum, Chu Xinghe could be sure that Zhao Jidong was in danger. Xinghe, come and see. The elder waved his hand. Chu Xinghe said nothing more, stepped forward and took a look, and was shocked. Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula, tabula.push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula below article feed, placement, below article feed, target type, mix. Chapter 80. Is it so fierce? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chu Xinghe took a few steps forward and came to Mr. Zhao's side. The evil fire in Mr. Zhao's body has become extremely powerful, it has reached a point where he himself cannot suppress it. Now under the evil fire counterattack, it seems that he may leave at any time. Seeing this, Chu Xinghe was shocked. How can this be done? I haven't made a move yet. Mr. Zhao, you have to resist. The Great Elder has said that you are the toughest Zhao Jidong. You have to resist, you can't turn into a monster so early, you can't give in. Xinghe, tell me. The Great Elder looked at Chu Xinghe's appearance and spoke calmly. Great Elder, if I read correctly, the evil fire in Mr. Zhao's body should be where his symptoms are. Something must have gone wrong when Mr. Zhao broke through Emperor Wu many years ago. The evil fire was growing in his body at that time, but the old man's cultivation is very high and can temporarily suppress the evil fire, so he probably didn't tell anyone that he missed the best time to clear out the evil fire. After Chu Xinghe said these words, everyone in the audience nodded. The little squirrel looked at senior brother Xinghe with admiration. Senior brother Xinghe is so handsome. Chen Shuoang also frowned slightly. How many brushes does this Chu Xinghe have? Wu Kun also nodded secretly and sighed inwardly. I brought my two best disciples here. I also asked Luo Inger and Chen Shuoang to see Mr. Zhao's condition before, but the two of them could at best judge that the evil fire in the old man's body was caused by it. As for why the evil fire became like this, the two people are hemming and hawing. Chu Xinghe's medicine sage inheritance is indeed not a secret. Not only does he know its reason, but he also knows its origin. Mr. Zhao's biggest problem is that he is too stubborn. When the evil fire first appeared, it was not difficult to lead the evil fire out of the body and completely cut off the source, whether it was done by himself or the elder. But Mr. Zhao chose to suppress himself, so that he missed the best time for treatment. Continue. The Great Elder nodded with satisfaction. That Xinghe made a fool of himself. Mr. Zhao's evil fire was not strong at first, he was just difficult to deal with. But after missing the best treatment time, the evil fire began to grow. Now the evil fire has overtaken Mr. Zhao's own strength. Zhao the old man was unable to suppress it, which was the main reason for his coma. Then how to treat it? The Great Elder looked at Chu Xinghe with shining eyes. Under normal circumstances, it is best to draw out the evil fire. Use the immortal Yin Dan with the Wuji Dan. The Xian Yin Dan can draw the evil fire out of the body. The Wuji Dan can strengthen the righteousness, but this is also treating the symptoms rather than the root cause. After Chu Xinghe said these words, the Great Elder's face was filled with brilliance. Wu Kun sighed helplessly. It would be great if he could have such a good disciple from his own family. Look at Chu Xinghe, and then look at these two guys from your own family. One is being a nymphomaniac, one, forget it, the other one might as well be a nymphomaniac. Xinghe, what you said is exactly the method I used before, so how do you think we should treat it now? Wu Kun said. It's hard to say now. Chu Xinghe shook his head. What do you think about adding the higher grade Xianyuan pill to the Wuxin pill? The Great Elder looked at Chu Xinghe. When Wu Kun heard the Great Elder's words, he was also stunned, but then a wry smile appeared on his face. Why didn't I think of the Xianyuan pill plus the Wuxin pill? It seems that there is still some gap between myself and the Great Elder. According to the method mentioned by the Great Elder, it is indeed possible, but Wu Kun thought carefully that it was just treating the symptoms rather than the root cause. Chu Xinghe was also shocked when he heard the Great Elder's method. What the hell? Is the Great Elder so fierce? With the medicine saint inheritance, I couldn't even think of a good way for a while. The Great Elder actually thought that using these two elixirs could indeed suppress it temporarily, but when it came to curing it, it was absolutely impossible, and it would only delay it for a few days at most. Maybe you can try this method. Wu Kun praised the Great Elder, but before the elder could enjoy it, Chu Xinghe said, no, treating the symptoms but not the root cause. The method mentioned by the Great Elder is still a way of attracting the evil fire, and then strengthening the foundation and cultivating the essence. However, the evil fire has now been almost integrated with Mr. Zhao's spiritual energy. The evil fire is also led to the spiritual energy. Mr. Zhao can no longer. If you lose part of your spiritual energy, you will definitely become weaker, and the evil fire will attack again next time, and it will be difficult for the gods to save you. When Chu Xinghe said these words, the expression of the whole audience changed. The Great Elder did not feel dissatisfied at all because of being rebutted by Chu Xinghe. On the contrary, he looked at Chu Xinghe with eyes full of approval. This kid Xinghe is really extraordinary. At this moment, everyone in the audience believed that temporarily saving Zhao Jidong's life was the best solution, but the kid Xinghe was thinking about the long term. He not only considered the present, but also the future. If you really follow what you said, I'm afraid it will be like what the kid Xinghe said later. When Wu Kun looked at Chu Xinghe, he stamped his feet and beat his chest. Look, these are also disciples, how come the gap is so big? Chu Xinghe not only sees through everything, but also thinks of the follow-up. Look at your own disciple. Ingner, stop looking at him, you are not worthy of Chu Xinghe at all. And Chen Xuewang, you have no future if you lick your junior sister like this. You know, haven't you heard that a dog licking will end in a good death? Chu Xinghe waited for a long time, and the Great Elder finally said, then what do you think? Chu Xinghe is overjoyed. Snort. It's finally time to show off. What do I think? I think the designation Mr. Zhao gave me is a dead end. I think, let's attack. Attack? The whole audience was stunned when they heard Chu Xinghe's words, but after all, he was the descendant of the medicine saint, so no one dared to say much at this moment. As the saying goes, fight poison with poison. The root of Zhao Lao's evil fire is because of the lack of righteousness. Supplement righteousness and attack the root of the evil fire. If the evil fire is cut off, Zhao Lao will live. Chu Xinghe never stops talking until he is shocked. At this moment, the Great Elder and Wu Kun were all in deep thought. Although Chu Xinghe himself did not believe what he said, fighting poison with poison is sometimes the most helpless and effective way, but the key is how to fight poison with poison. In response, Chu Xinghe said, if I want to know how to fight poison with poison, I will be the one. Tell me. The Great Elder stared at Chu Xinghe. In the inheritance of the medicine saint, there is an unknown elixir that is unknown to the world. If you use this medicine to attack it, there is a chance to cut off the evil fire. An unknown elixir. Everyone frowned when they heard about the nameless pill, but the nameless pill immediately became more impressive when the medicine saint's inheritance was added in front of it. Could it be the pill that the medicine saint didn't have time to make public? That must be the case. How sure are you? Wu Kun also spoke. No. 50%. Chu Xinghe originally wanted to say that he was not sure, but after thinking about it, this wouldn't work. If you say you are not sure, how can I let you try? What's more, there is Palace Master Wu Kun here. If I say I am not sure, the Great Elder will be so excited that he will say to Palace Master Wu, please help me send my old friend off for the last time. After all, Xinghe is still young and has dignity. You are older and not afraid of this. As the Great Elder who is the first behind-the-scenes mastermind of Haotian sect, he can't do such a thing, but in this case, wouldn't I have no chance to take action at all? So 50% sure, half success and half failure, it sounds very reliable. As for this nameless pill, Chu Xinghe has already figured out how to refine it. Given Mr. Zhao's current condition, there is no cure in the medicine saint inheritance that he has, but if you want to help the Great Elder send Mr. Zhao away, there are too many elixirs. Chu Xinghe searched through many elixir recipes and finally found the most suitable unnamed elixir. It's not easy to find this thing. Although many elixirs in the medicine saint inheritance are recorded as unnamed elixirs, the Great Elder and Palace Master Wu Kun are not vegetarians. If I just pick one, what if the two of them know it? When they see it, they will be shocked. Chu Xinghe, how can you choose this elixir to treat evil fire? It's clearly for hemorrhoids. You are looking for death. Chu Xinghe is not worried that he will be beaten to ashes by the Great Elder after being exposed, but there is only one chance. If it is exposed, there will be no way to send Mr. Zhao away in person. What a pity. So among the many elixir recipes, Chu Xinghe found one that the great elder and palace master Wu Kun would never know. Chu Xinghe was stunned after reading the recipe. How to say it, this thing belongs to a tonic, but this tonic is quite strong. Everyone knows the tonic used by the brothel tyrant Ouyang Pixiu. It has the same effect. However, this medicine is much stronger than the one in Ouyang Pixiu's hand. Let's put it this way, even the brothel tyrant Ouyang Pixiu, who claims to be able to eat a bottle of tonic at a time, can't stand this strong medicine. Not to mention eating it, even if he dares to lick it, he will die again. Take this thing in your hand and smell it. Your wife will be scared when you go home tonight. Why does such a strong medicine appear in the inheritance of the medicine saint? Is this a serious inheritance? Chu Xinghe gave this medicine a very cool name, Jiao Jia Dan. This medicine is guaranteed to explode after taking it. Didn't Mr. Zhao claim to be tough all his life? Chu Xinghe thought about it and thought, isn't this medicine the most suitable for the old man? Just ask an old man who has been tough all his life, and when he leaves, he is also a little tough and asks what happened. Come tough. Live tough. Leave tough. This is a perfect life. Old man, if you know the good intentions of Chu Xinghe, you will have to thank my 8 generations of ancestors in the underworld, so it's you. 50%. Zhao Yuanjin didn't know that Chu Xinghe had already arranged for the old man who had been tough all his life to leave toughly, and now he looked anxious. Yes, 50%. After all, the old man is a martial emperor, and there should be a 50% chance. Zhao Yuanjin was overjoyed after hearing this. A 50% chance. With the old man's toughness, he will definitely survive. Xinghe, I dare to ask, can you tell me the recipe here? Don't worry, I will only listen to this recipe and never spread it to others. Without your permission, if anyone dares to refine it in Tianyao Palace, I will kill him with my own hands. That Wu Kun looked serious. The great elder also nodded. Tell me about it. Palace Master Wu is a master of medicine, and his words are as good as gold. Yes. As the saying goes, a fierce fire needs a fierce medicine. The efficacy of this nameless elixir is fierce, and the recipe is also strange. The herbs needed are Lanqi, Yanghua, Yayang grass, Tianjuzi, Luoxin grass, Mayan stone. All herbs must be the best of the best, only then can they succeed. After Chu Xinghe finished speaking, the scene was quiet. Among the people present, Wu Kun and the great elder need not be said much. They are the supreme level of medicine. Little Squirrel and Qin Shuiwang are also better than their masters. Because of the evil fire of Mr. Zhao, Zhao Yuanjin has studied medicine refining for many years, so everyone can understand every kind of herb. Listening to all the herbs Chu Xinghe mentioned, all the people who knew medicine were stunned. Are these herbs so strong? There is no doubt that all the herbs Chu Xinghe mentioned are strong. They are absolutely strong and masculine. You don't need to refine any of them. You can just eat them directly. You have the final say in the brothel tonight. So many strong herbs gathered together. Oh my God, are you sure they won't explode?